Nobody can feel the weight when I say I'm alright. The city looks familiar, but it doesn't feel like home. Streetlights draw a path for me, then let me walk alone. I scroll through old messages like they hold a better version, but every line I reread only sharpens the concern. I act like I'm improving, like growth is clean and simple. Still the same old thoughts return, persistent and gentle. I don't wanna cause a scene, I don't wanna be a problem, so I learn to disappear where I'm safest in the silence. Somewhere between my breathing and the cold air in my chest, I realize I've been leaving long before I ever left. Soft exit, no goodbye, just a calm face passing by. Soft exit, still I care, but I keep it in the air. Soft exit, stay polite while I break in quiet light. Soft exit, let it in like we never had to mend. Morning comes with sunlight, and I wear it like a mask. I answer every question like it's easy, like it's asked. A short reply could warm me, but the screen stays cold and blank, so I keep my hands busy like it helps me not to think. Plans get made for later, but they land without a feeling, and every maybe turns to space and space turns into doubt. I laugh at the right moments like timing is protection, while the true sentence waits behind my teeth and won't come out. I don't ask for rescue, I don't ask to be forgiven, I just try to keep my balance in the quiet in between. Still the night keeps replaying all the parts I edited, and every cut feels sharper when the room is clean. I walk the same back street, and the puddles catch the street light, and I keep moving forward even when I'm not okay. Soft exit, no goodbye, just a calm face passing by. Soft exit, still I care, but I keep it in the air. Soft exit, stay polite while I break in quiet light. Soft exit, let it in like we never had to mend. Nothing ends loud, it only fades. Same steps, different days. One more breath, one more try. Soft exit, still inside. Soft exit, no goodbye, just a calm face passing by. Soft exit, still I care, but I keep it in the air. Soft exit, stay polite, stay light, break quiet light. Soft exit, let it in like we never had to mend. I keep my voice in winter low enough to not be noticed. The city feels like last night, reflecting what I hide. I walk past lit up windows, watching warmth I can't step into, and count the little seconds like they might keep me alive. I carry careful manners, clean and calm and well rehearsed, so nobody can tell the noise that lives behind my eyes. A simple question hits me, and I answer like a worker, then swallow what I meant to say and let it organize. My phone stays in my pocket like it weighs more than it should. A message half remembered keeps returning like a bruise. I tell myself I'm fine, because fine is quick and usable, but truth is hard to hold when everything feels loose. Oh, I keep my steps consistent like rhythm fixes pressure. Still every quiet corner asks me why I chose to lose. Glass apology, I hold it in my hands, looks clean in the light, then it breaks where I stand. Glass apology, no loud scene, no fight, just a thin little crack in the middle of the night. Glass apology, I never say it right, so I keep it in my chest and let it cut me inside. Glass apology, I act like I'm okay, then I sweep up the pieces when the light, but it doesn't change the aftertaste. I move through crowded hours like my body is on rails. A sure reply could warn me, but the screen stays plain and silent. And every empty second makes the small worry grow. Ooh, plans get made for later, but later keeps shifting forward. So I learn to hold my breath and keep my tone controlled. I laugh at the right moments, like timing can be safety, while the real sentence waits, then sinks back in the cold. I don't ask for rescue, I don't ask to be understood. I just try to make it through the quiet in between. Still the night keeps replaying all the parts I edited, and every cut feels sharper when the room is clean. I walk the same back street, and the puddles catch the street light, and I see my face again, and I don't know what it means. Glass apology, I hold it in my hands, looks clean in the light, then it breaks where I stand. Glass apology, no loud scene, no fight, just a thin little crack in the middle of the night. Glass apology, I never say it right, so I keep it in my chest and let it cut me inside. Glass apology, I act like I'm okay, then I sweep up the pieces when the morning turns gray. Nothing ends clean, it only shifts and stays. Same words unsaid, just different day. One more breath, one more try. Glass apology, still in my mind. Glass apology, I hold it in my hands, looks clean in the light, then it breaks where I stand. Glass apology, no loud scene, no fight, just a thin little crack in the middle of the night. Glass apology, I never say it right, so I keep it in my chest and let it cut me inside. Glass apology, I act like I'm okay, then I sweep up the pieces when the morning turns gray. I leave the last train early just to walk a little longer. Cold air clears the street, but it doesn't clear my head. I keep a message half written, then I tighten up my wording, because one wrong little line can turn to something I regret. The city feels practical, lights lined up and indifferent, yet every corner has a memory it refuses to forget. I look fine from the outside, like nothing ever touched me, but my chest keeps stacking pressure like it's paying off a debt. I practice simple answers, short and safe and neutral, then throw them in the trash like I never meant a thing. I keep my pace consistent, like the rhythm makes it easier. Still the silence keeps returning with the same old question sting. If you asked what's really wrong, I'd give a polished story, then swallow the raw version and let it ride my throat. Unread at 2 a.m., still waiting on a sign. I act like I moved on, but my thoughts stay in the line. Unread at 2 a.m., no clean fix to find, just quiet damage in the dark, dressed up as I'm fine. Unread at 2 a.m., I keep the feeling small, so nobody sees it happen when the calm begins to fall. Unread at 2 a.m., I breathe and count to 10, then read my own reflection like it's proof I'm here again. Morning comes with daylight, and I wear it like a uniform. Coffee in my hand, and the same face I always show. I answer people smoothly, like I never lost my footing, while my mind keeps running circles underneath the steady flow. without a spark, and every maybe turns to later, and later turns to when. I keep my jokes well timed to dodge the deeper sentence, because honesty feels heavy when you carry it alone. I wanna ask for help, but the wording feels expensive, so I pay with sleepless hours and call it self-control. The street stays cold and simple, and the night stays softly ruthless. I make it home in silence, but the silence follows in. Unread at 2 a.m., still waiting on a sign. I act like I moved on, but my thoughts stay in the line. Unread at 2 a.m., no clean fix to find, just quiet damage in the dark, dressed up as I'm fine. Unread at 2 a.m., I keep the feeling small, so nobody sees it happen when the calm begins to fall. Unread at 2 a.m., I breathe and count to 10, then read my own reflection like it's proof I'm here again. No closure, just distance, and a loop that won't unwind. I keep my voice low anyway, like calm can change my mind. One more block, one more breath, one more night to comprehend. Unread at 2 a.m., and I still hit send in my head. Unread at 2 a.m., still waiting on a sign. I act like I moved on, but my thoughts stay in the line. Unread at 2 a.m., no clean fix to find, just quiet damage in the dark, dressed up as I'm fine. Unread at 2 a.m., I keep the feeling small, so nobody sees it happen when the calm begins to fall. Unread at 2 a.m., I breathe and count to 10, then read my own reflection like it's proof I'm here again. Somewhere between home and nowhere, the night feels unfinished. The city keeps its distance, yet it presses on me. Nothing went wrong outside, but tension stays inside tonight. A normal streetlight flickers, and my thoughts refuse rest again. Conversations fade behind me, still the last line bites hard. I wear a calm expression, but the mind runs late. Street corners cut my minutes like quick edits in film. Each silent pause returns, asking what I meant to say. I'm not chasing drama, I try to breathe slow. Hands deep in pockets, hiding weight I cannot name yet. My steps stay even paced, though my chest stays tight. I keep the smallest words, so nothing turns sharp today. Somewhere between home and nowhere, the quiet feels honest. Still walking, still pretending, still carrying the same load. And I call it breaking, I call it getting through. Somewhere between home and nowhere, I keep moving anyway. Somewhere between home and nowhere, I keep moving anyway. Somewhere between home and nowhere, the air feels thin, the mind stays there. No big words, no clean repair, just tired thoughts and city glare. Somewhere between home and nowhere, still moving, still not square, holding calm like it is fair. Somewhere between home and nowhere. Morning comes like reset, but the mind keeps last frame. A reply could warn me, yet the screen stays blank. Plans get made for later, but they land without spark. A bright room looks fine, but my body holds dark. I speak in steady tones, like practice makes it real. Then silence fills the gaps and every thought grows loud. Rest comes close, then backs away, avoiding all the truth. So I walk it off again beneath the colder lights. I ask no rescue, and I choose to be unseen. I try to cross the quiet, living in between things. I replay a few sentences, then swallow them again slowly. My shoulders stay level, level like that cancels our strain today. Somewhere between home and nowhere, it stays on repeat. Still here, still holding, still moving down the street alone. I keep my face composed and hide the shaking parts. Somewhere between home and nowhere, I let the night start. Somewhere between home and nowhere, the air feels thin, the mind stays there. No big words, no clean repair, just tired thoughts and city glare. Somewhere between home and nowhere, still moving, still not square, holding calm like it is fair. Somewhere between home and nowhere, nothing ends, it only fades into another day again. Same streets, different weight on the same 2 feet still. One more breath, one more step, no one notices much. Somewhere between home and nowhere, I keep going quietly. Somewhere between home and nowhere, the air feels thin, the mind stays there. No big words, no clean repair, just tired thoughts and city glare. Somewhere between home and nowhere, still moving, still not square, holding calm like it is fair. Somewhere between home and nowhere. I take the long route home again to quiet what won't settle. Cold air rinses off my face, but pressure stays intact. Wet pavement catches streetlight bands like film that won't stop rolling. I keep my steps in even time like timing can distract. A sentence climbs up to my mouth and falls back into silence. I pick the safest version first and lose it on the way. Nothing looks wrong from the outside, nothing looks out of order. Still every breath feels budgeted like I am short on space. My phone stays dark inside my coat, no reason and no courage. I know the words I could have sent, I do not send a thing. I cut my thoughts to fit the screen, then cut them down again, until the last line turns too thin and disappears in ink. I keep my face professional, a posture people trust, then walk the last block home alone, carrying what it costs. Polite collapse, I hold the line, smile on time, then fall behind. Polite collapse, no loud defeat, just quiet wait and steady feet. Polite collapse, I look composed until the door clicks and it shows. Polite collapse, I breathe it through and call it normal like I do. Morning light fills up the room, but my mind keeps the night in. A short reply could warm the air, the screen stays still and blank. Plans get made for later on, they land without ignition. I nod like it is all okay, then feel the worry yank. I keep my tone light and precise like manners are protection. I laugh at the right moments too, like timing makes it safe. The real sentence weighs on my teeth, too heavy to deliver, so I trade it for a smaller one and wear the aftertaste. I practice being fine in public, practice makes it true, but the weight returns the moment I stop performing for the room. I breathe slow and count to 4 as if it changes something. Still the same old pressure stays, it rented out my lungs. I take the long way home again, letting footsteps do the work, and hope that I can hold it all without asking me to speak. Polite collapse, I hold the line, smile all on time, then fall behind. Polite collapse, no loud defeat, just quiet wait and steady feet. Polite collapse, I look composed until the door clicks and it shows. Polite collapse, I breathe it through and call it normal like I do. No big words, no easy cure, just one more block, then one more. I keep it neat, I keep it small, until the quiet says it all. Polite collapse, I hold the line, smile all on time, then fall behind. Polite collapse, no loud defeat, just quiet wait and steady feet. Polite collapse, I look composed until the door clicks and it shows. Polite collapse, I breathe it through and call it normal like I do. cuts across my face, but nothing in me clears out. Wet asphalt catches traffic blur, like everything is in transit. I keep my pace consistent, so my thoughts can't speed up. A sentence lists behind my teeth and drops without a landing. I choose a softer wording first, then lose it anyway. Nothing looks wrong from the outside, nothing looks out of order. Still the chest keeps holding pressure like it needs a reason. My phone stays low in my hand, screen dim, thumb hovering. I type a line, erase the line, then act like that was progress. I practice being ancient, clean tone, steady posture, then feel the smallest tremor when the room gets quiet. I keep my face professional, a look that won't invite questions, then walk the final block alone, carrying what it costs. If someone asks what's on my mind, I'd give a safe summary, but the real answer stays unfiled, unfinished, unpaid. Noiseless bruise, it doesn't show, but it hurts in places I don't know. Noiseless bruise, I keep it neat, smile on time, then miss my sleep. Noiseless bruise, no public scene, just private wait in the in-between. Noiseless bruise, I breathe it through and act like nothing happened to. Morning light fills up the room and I stand up like it's normal. A short reply could warm the day the screen stays blank again. Plans get mentioned for later on, they land without ignition. I nod like I believe it all, then feel my focus bend. I keep my voice polite and small like manners of protection. I laugh at the right moments, time like a practice skill. The real sentence waits behind my teeth, too heavy to deliver, so I swap it for a smaller one and swallow what's left. I read the same old thread again, looking for a clean meaning. I find a missing detail, then blame it on my memory. I keep my hands busy with routine, like motion can be medicine. Still the pressure stays in place like it signed a longer lease. I don't ask for rescue, I don't ask to be understood. I only try to make it through the quiet parts of the day. I take the side streets home again, letting footsteps do the talking, and hope the night can hold my thoughts without demanding words. Noiseless bruise, it doesn't show, but it hurts in places I don't know. Noiseless bruise, I keep it neat, smile on time, then miss my sleep. Noiseless bruise, no public scene, just private wait in the in-between. Noiseless bruise, I breathe it through and act like nothing happened to. No closure, no clean cut, just time that won't feel new. Same street, same steps, same thoughts that push me through. One more breath, one more block, I keep the surface smooth. Noiseless bruise, still here, still moving, still on cue. Noiseless bruise, it doesn't show, but it hurts in places I don't know. Noiseless bruise, I keep it neat, smile on time, then miss my sleep. Noiseless bruise, no public scene, just private wait in the in-between. Noiseless bruise, I breathe it through and act like nothing happened to. Phone unlocked, then lock it like a reflex. The sentence on the screen looks smaller when I look away. The city keeps on moving, and I copy its composure, but pressure sits behind my ribs and doesn't learn to fade. I walk by storefront glass, my face arranged and functional, like nothing underneath it ever slips or shifts at all. I practice simple, checking safe and short and unremarkable, then delete them like a habit, like a fear I won't uninstall. Streetlights passing, steady beats and puddles catch the color. I step around the bright parts, keeping close to shadow lines. I'm not looking for a moment, I'm just trying not to spiral. So I count the blocks to home like numbers make me fine. I keep my hands in pockets, keeping warmth and keeping quiet. If someone asks what's wrong, I give a clean reply. Return to drafts, return to silence. Words stay saved, but never science. Return to drafts, my timing misses. I keep it neat, but nothing fixes. Return to drafts, the screen stays bright while I stay tired through the night. Return to drafts, I let it pass like I was never meant to ask. and tell the whole thing. I wear a steady voice like it's just another day. A short reply could warm the room, but I can't make it land right, so I leave it on red and let the distance take its place. Plans are set for later on, they sound correct and reasonable. Still my mind keeps playing back the parts I didn't say. I laugh at the right moments, like timing is a seatbelt, holding me in place when everything could slide away. I keep my tone polite and small, like manners are protection. I hold the door, I hold my breath, I hold my face in line. The real sentence waits behind my teeth, too heavy to deliver. So write it then erase it, like that's how I survive. I take the side streets home again where nobody can notice, and hope the night can hold my thoughts without a spotlight. Return to drafts, return to silence. Words stay safe but never science. Return to drafts, my timing misses. I keep it neat but nothing fixes. Return to drafts, the screen stays bright while I stay tired through the night. Return to drafts, I let it pass like I was never meant to ask. No clean sin, no cleaning, just the same words back again. One more breath, one more try. Return to draft. Return to drafts, return to silence. Words stay safe but never science. Return to drafts, my timing misses. I keep it neat but nothing fixes. Return to drafts, the screen stays bright while I stay tired through the night. Return to drafts, I let it pass like I was never meant to ask. I keep the hallway light on low, like I might turn around again. The elevator mirrors back a face that learned to look okay. I step into the winter air and let the city take the lead. My thoughts trail close behind me, pulling on my sleeve. A harmless question from a friend can land like sudden weight. I answer clean and simple, then replay it on the way. Street signs blur past slowly, and the puddles hold their shine. I count each block like proof that I can still stay in line. My phone stays in my pocket, heavy for a silent thing. I type a sentence once, then watch my thumb erase the swing. I keep my shoulders steady, like posture can be peace. But pressure keeps returning like it never got the lease. Somewhere between the door and me, I feel the hinge give in. I do not call it breaking, I just call it holding still. Late receipt, I keep the proof of every feeling I could lose. Late receipt, no one can see what I pay for quietly. Late receipt, it comes back due when the streets go empty too. Late receipt, I read the line and act like I am fine. Morning shows up bright and clean, but it does not change the cost. A short reply could warm the day, but I keep the window frosted. Plans get mentioned like a map, yet nothing pulls me forward. I smile like I am present while my mind keeps losing order. I laugh at the right moments, like timing is a shield, then go silent in the gaps where the truth starts to build. I keep my voice polite and small, like manners keep me safe, but every careful sentence leaves an aftertaste. I scroll through old conversations looking for a better frame. I find a line I never sent and feel it all the same. The city keeps its rhythm steady, practical and close. I match it step for step and hide what I cannot show. Somewhere between the crowd and me, I feel my focus slip, so I walk the long way home and keep it on my lips. Late receipt, I keep the proof of every feeling I could lose. Late receipt, no one can see what I pay for quietly. Late receipt, it comes back due when the streets go empty too. Late receipt, I read the line and act like I am fine. No big scene, no loud collapse, just small returns that hit like that. One more breath, one more street. Late receipt, still in my sleeve. Late receipt, I keep the proof of every feeling I could lose. Late receipt, no one can see what I pay for quietly. Late receipt, it comes back due when the streets go empty too. Late receipt, I read the line and act like I am fine. lamb slice my outline, quiet on the curb, backpack tight up, pace through side streets alone, dry asphalt under soles, no shine, no spill. Posters fade on brick walls, corners curled thin, phone face down. I skip the same loop, breathe slow, let the leftover noise lose grip. Rabini low, black jacket, white tee showing. I carry workday weight, not a legend tonight. Corner light behind me, the next turn waits. Root to roots, my feet keep it honest. No speeches, no stunts, just steady steps forward. Keys in palm, I keep what keeps me. Breath meets cold air, my thoughts line up. Small pains shrink when the city looks plain. I do not roam, I cut corners homeward. One more block, one more call, I arrive. On the way home, slow now, let it go, keep it light. Black and white, red stay small, breathe it out, reset my pace. No loud doubts, no heavy talk, just this road under street lamps, quiet. I don't roam, I return home. On the way home, I'm okay. Same streets, different mood, my shoulders ride lower. Traffic comes, stays distant, I keep my tempo. A sheath on shoulder, only weight, no show. Street code in my chest, quiet and simple. I trade sharp words for soft breath control. The day tried me, I try back gently. Crosswalk lines, white paint, black night, red tag. I pocket small wins, let big losses pass. Notes in my head, none said, none staged. Train sign flickers once, then holds its shape. I count my steps, now am I missing parts? The quiet fits better when I stop forcing. Red thread stays small, keeps contrast clean. Tonight I turn the last corner, breath still, even home ahead. Not perfect, just steady in view. Door closed, shoes off, mine, let's go to. On the way home, slow now, let it go, keep it light. Black and white, red stays small, breathe it out, reset my pace. No loud doubts, no heavy talk, just this road under street lamps, quiet. I don't roam, I return home. On the way home, I'm okay. Backstreet lessons, I keep them in my pocket. Loose grip, I still carry what I need. Quiet heart, quick feet, no costume, no crown. One calm return, then tomorrow starts the same. On the way home, slow down, let it go, keep it light. Black and white, red stay small, breathe it out, reset my pace. No loud doubts, no heavy talk, just this road under the street lamps, quiet. I don't roam, I return home. On the way home, I'm okay. The street holds its breath between two lane lights. The service lane opens, quiet like a blank page. Footsteps stay measured, steady on dry concrete. Signboards blink once and settle into silence. I crouch near a brick corner, letting minutes pass. The day tries to follow, but it cannot fit in here. I fold it smaller in my mind and keep walking. A two-bar loop in my head keeps me on track. No speeches, no captions, no need to explain. I take the narrow turn that feels like cutting a thread. Corners teach discipline, not drama, not display. I keep my shoulders low and my thoughts even. I count to four, then back again, calm math. The city stays loud, far away, but not on this lane. Home is a direction, not a prize to win tonight. One clean turn after another, I arrive. Corner cut clean, I trim the extra. Less noise, more space, I feel better. Hold it tight, then let it drop. Take the turn. notes on a pole curl like tired hands. I pass them without reading, keep my eyes ahead. The sheath on my shoulder is only weight and form. No blade out, no threat, just quiet posture. I file the day away, one thought at a time. Receipt in my pocket and I do not unfold it. I trade overthinking for breathing and rhythm. I turn down the lane where the air feels clearer. No late build, no sudden switch, just consistency. The city can argue without me tonight. I keep my pace honest and my mind follows. Last corner comes gentle, like lowering a voice. Door closes soft and the noise stays outside. Corner cut clean and I feel level again. Corner cut clean, I trim the extra. Less noise, more space, I feel better. Hold it tight, then let it drop. Take the turn, do not stop. If it stings, let it fade. If it pulls, let it break. Corner cut clean, I move light. Corner cut clean, I end the night. Small discipline, big relief, that is the trade. One clean breath and the worst part fades. Quiet is a skill, I practice it tonight. Corner cut clean and my head feels right. Corner cut clean, I trim the extra. Less noise, more space, I feel better. Hold it tight, then let it drop. Take the turn, do not stop. If it stings, let it fade. If it pulls, let it break. Corner cut clean, I move light. Corner cut clean, I end the night. A narrow lane opens up like it was kept for later. City noise stays a block away and I do not bring it in. Streetlight pulls on dry ground, clean edges, steady shapes. A paper sign hangs crooked, still doing its job. I take the turn that feels less watch, less measured. The day keeps trying to chase me, but it cannot keep up. My thoughts line up in order, like files in a drawer. I slow them down on purpose, one breath at a time. A two-bar loop in my head, it keeps my steps consistent. I stop at a corner, crouch low, let the moment pass. No scene, no statement, no proof for anybody. Just a quiet detour, cutting no weight in half. I keep my pace honest and my shoulders follow. The streets stay simple and my mind becomes simple too. Home is a direction, not a target to hit. I walk the line clean and I arrive without noise. Quiet detour, I take the back line and keep it low. No headline, no highlight, just room to let it go. I cut the corner, cut the chatter, cut the chase. Leave the heavy at the border of this place. Footsteps steady, thoughts get thinner, then they stop. I do not feed the noise tonight, I let it drop. When the door comes into view, I slow down and breathe. Quiet detour, that is how I leave. Crosswalk lights change on time, I move when it feels right. The closed shop curtain hangs still there, no argument. Stick the layers on a pole, torn edges, fresh tape marks. I pass with a reading, keep my eyes on where I am going. The sheath weight on my shoulders, stay close, stays quiet. Not a symbol for the crowd, just a habit of control. I fold the day down small, then leave it where it sits. No reruns, no replays, no looping the same clip. My breathing stays steady and my chest stays level. The city can shout without me, I do not answer back. I keep the groove consistent, only switching my mood. One turn becomes another and the noise stays behind. The last corner arrives gentle, like lowering a voice. Door closes soft and the outside stays outside. Quiet detour, clean return, I feel the air get wide. Quiet detour and the mind stops fighting for space. Quiet detour, I take the back line and keep it low. No headline, no highlight, just room to let it go. I cut the corner, cut the chatter, cut the chase. Leave the heavy at the border of this place. Footsteps steady, thoughts get thinner, then they stop. I do not feed the noise tonight, I let it drop. When the door take the back line and keep it low. No headline, no highlight, just room to let it go. I cut the corner, cut the chatter, cut the chase. Leave the heavy at the border of this place. Footsteps steady, thoughts get thinner, then they stop. I do not feed the noise tonight, I let it drop. When the door comes into view, I slow down and breathe. Quiet detour, that is how I leave. Ooh. White cuff flashes once under a black sleeve in motion. A small red seam detail stays quiet, never shouting. I cut through a service lane where delivery carts sleep. Kanji and kana on signboards, half lit, still readable. Concrete breeze cold, but the air stays dry and clear. I squat by a brick corner, let the rush pass wide. A sheath blade rests on my shoulder, weight with no display, not for a fight, just for form. Like posture after work, my toe strap creaks a little, then settles back in place. I count my steps by rhythm, not by worry or regret. Tonight I keep my mind clean like a wipe counter surface. I fold the day into a slipped in paper thin proof. Receipt becomes receive it, then release it. Clean wordplay. Change in my pocket means sense and sense both small. I turn where the street narrows and my chest unclenches. Home is ahead in silence, nothing to prove to anyone. Receipt in my pocket, I pocket the weight. I do not total the pain, I close the gate. Black and white balance, red stays minimal. No big statement, just practical. If the thought rings out, I lower the volume. If the mood turns sharp, I soften the angle. I keep my steps even, I keep my head clear. Receipt in my pocket, I leave it right here. Crosswalk light changes, I move when the timing is right. A narrow stair cut appears, rails cold under lamp. I stick the layers on a pole, torn edges, fresh tape marks a closed shop. Curtain hangs, still air, still clean lines. My shoulders drop a notch, the whole night feels lighter. I do not chase a highlight, I keep it low and steady. The sheet shifts once then stays like a period, it's sentencing. I carry discipline, I drama in a simple silhouette. A red thread detail catches light then disappears again. I trade overthinking for counting breaths. 1, 2, 4, I file the day away, no extra copies made. Receipt stays folded, not reopened, not reread. Return is not retreat, it is a route that makes sense. I choose the quiet path, not because I am afraid the last turn arrives gentle like a soft landing. Door closes, noise drops, and the mind lets go. Receipt in my pocket, I pocket the weight. I do not total the pain, I close the gate. Black and white balance, red stays minimal. No big statement, just practical. If the thought rings out, I lower the volume. If the mood turns sharp, I soften the angle. I keep my steps even, I keep my head clear. Receipt in my pocket, I leave it right here. No costume, no title, just a clean return. Sense into sense, I let the lesson turn. Quiet is a skill, I practice it tonight. Receipt stays folded and the head feels light. Receipt in my pocket, I pocket the weight. I do not total the pain, I close the gate. Black and white balance, red stays minimal. No big statement, just practical. If the thought rings out, I lower the volume. If the mood turns sharp, I soften the angle. I keep my steps even, I keep my head clear. Receipt in my pocket, I leave it right here. I cut through side streets quiet, keeping steps in time. Black jacket over white tee, red tag on the strap. Shutters down on every shop, posters stacked like scales. Kinda on corner signboards, tape notes, faded ink. I crouch a second, check my breath, then stand back up. No stage talk, no big pose, just getting through the night. Keys sit heavy in my palm, cold metal, steady proof. Phone stays face down in my bag, I do not chase a glow. I take the long way home again, same turns, cleaner head. Utility lines above the lane, a grid I will not fight. My thoughts try cutting in the line, I make them wait their turn. And I keep my pace consistent, like a loop I can rely on. If I slip into old habits, I step out just as fast. Red stays small on purpose, keeps the whole frame sharp. I move like I mean it, slow control. controlled and clear. One more block, one more breath, the door feels close. And now red tag route, I run it clean. Black and white, sharp and seen. No big scene, no loud proof. Just my steps, just my truth. Hold it tight, then let it drop. Take the turn, do not stop. I do not drift, I choose my way. On my way home, I stay okay. Crosswalk lines and traffic lights, I wait without a rush. A sign flickers once, then holds the street, stays calm again. I keep my shoulders low and loose, sheath on one shoulder, not a symbol for the crowd. Just wait, I know to carry my mood. Was taxed the whole day, now I file it away. Late receipt in my pocket, folded into a square. I write it right, then leave it, no extra notes attached. Small wordplay in my head, I swap the wrong for calm. Posters peeling layers, I pass them like a page. Footsteps on dry pavement, steady, simple, even. I keep the same arrangement, no late switch in my chest. If anger tries to rise up, I count back down in floors. Red tag taps against the strap, then rests against my side. I keep my eyes on exits, not on names and not on noise. Home is not a trophy, it is a place to breathe. Last corner door in view, I slow my pace on purpose. Red tag route, I run it clean. Black and white, sharp and seen. No big scene, no loud proof. Just my steps, just my truth. Hold it tight, then let it drop. Take the turn, do not stop. I do not drift, I choose my way. On my way home, I stay okay. Keep it sheet, keep it steady, keep it small. One clean breath, then I let the heavy fall. Night stays clear, my mind stays in its lane. Door shuts off, and I reset again. Red tag route, I run it clean. Black and white, sharp and seen. No big scene, no loud proof. Just my steps, just my truth. Hold it tight, then let it drop. Take the turn, do not stop. I do not drift, I choose my way. On my way home, I stay okay. Black jacket, white tee, red stitch on my straps. High street signs and corner taped up and half gone. Shutters down, posters layer, corners curled thin. Drop pavement under me, no shine to distract. I crouch low by the brick, let the traffic pass. Shoulder carries a sheath, weight stays quiet. Not a hero costume, just a long day off. I count steps like loose change, small and exact. Keys press lines in my palm, metal keeps time. Phone stays face down again, I keep my pace. Talk stays short in my throat, cut the extra. I save words like receipts, fold them tight. Street code in my posture, calm in my knees. Red stays small on purpose, clean contrast tonight. I move like I mean it, slow but steady. Home is not far, it is simply ahead. Keep it sheath, keep it clean, keep it low. Black and white, red is and let it show. No big scene, no loud mouth, no display. Just nice steps, tight breath on my way. If it stings, let it pass, let it fade. If it slips, let it go mislaid. I do not drift, I return, I arrive. Back street calm, I survive, I survive, I survive. Yeah. Corner store lights behind my shadow stay sharp, railing some in the distance. I do not chase, a two-bar loop in my head stays in sync. I cut stress into pieces, then stack it neat. Not a blade for the world, just a weight I hold. Shoulder low, city cold still, I keep warm. Red tag swings once, then rest like a period. I rewrite one small thought, then let it end. Streets feel wide when I stop trying to win. I keep my time in simple, kick and stare. No extra drama added, no late switch up. Same route, new angle, I'll learn it again. Posters talk with fonts, I read none of it. I keep my eyes on exits, not on names. Key strap, breath, all aligned, all in place. One more turn, door in view, I slow down. Keep it sheath, keep it clean, keep it low. Black and white, red and let it show. No big scene, no loud mouth, no display. Just nice steps, tight breath on my way. If it stings, let it pass, let it fade. If it slips, let it go mislaid. I do not drift, I return, I arrive. Back street calm, I survive, I survive. steady heat, no retreat, home in sight, that is it, that is peace. We keep it chic, keep it clean, keep it low, black and white, accent, let it show. No big scene, no loud mouth, no display, just nice steps, tight breath on my way. If it stings, let it pass, let it fade. If it slips, let it go, mislaid. I do not drift, I return, I arrive. Backstreet calm, I survive, I survive, I survive. Black jacket, white tee, red stitch on my strap. Side street, under street lamps, I keep my steps aligned. Con on the corner, sign, tape, notes faded ink. Shutters down on every shop, metal lines in a row. Poster layers on brick walls, edges curled and thin. I crouch low for a second, then rise without a show. Sheet on my shoulder mat, black, red, tassel, small. Not for a scene, just wait, I know how to carry keys, press code into my palm, a simple kind of proof. Phone stays face down in my bag, I keep the night uncluttered. I take the long way back again, same turns clean ahead, utility cables overhead. A grid I walk beneath, I cut the corner, cut the doubt. Keep the pace consistent, red stays small on purpose, keeps the whole frame sharp. One more block, one more breath, the door feels closer now. Backstreet code stays quiet, but it holds me in place. Shutter code, I keep it tight, black and white, red stays bright. No big talk, no loud claim, same slow steps, same clean lane. Hold the line and let it pass, drop the weight, keep the class. I do not drift, I choose my way. On my way home, I stay okay. Crosswalk, paint under light, I wait without a rush. Traffic comes, stays distant, I keep my tempo steady. I file the day away inside like paper folded flat. Late notes in my pocket, I do not read them twice. Small wordplay in my head, I flip stress into less. I cut the extra off the thought, keep only what is true. Red tag taps against the strap, then rests against my side. I keep my shoulders low and loose, let tension leave the frame. Sticker walls, poster fonts, I pass them like a page. Closed doors, quiet corners, still the route feels open. I keep the same arrangement, no late switch in my chest. If anger tries to rise up, I count back down in force. Not a hero, not a myth, just making it to morning. I keep my eyes on exits, not on names and not on noise. That's corner door in view, I slow my pace on purpose. Backstreet code stays simple, and it works again tonight. Shutter code, I keep it tight, black and white, red stays bright. No big talk, no loud claim, same slow steps, same clean lane. Hold the line and let it pass, drop the weight, keep the class. I do not drift, I choose my way. On my way home, I stay, oh, keep it sheath, keep it small, keep it clean. One calm breath, then I reset the scene. Street stays quiet, and my mind stays in its lane. Door shut soft, and I feel level again. Shutter code, I keep it tight, black and white, red stays bright. No big talk, no loud claim, same slow steps, same clean lane. Hold the line and let it pass, drop the weight, keep the class. I do not drift, I choose my way. On my way home, I stay okay. A blinking cursor in my head keeps begging for a clean first line tonight. I walk past closed storefront glass and keep my face calm and unreadable. Street corner corner, share thin light, and I take the quieter angle without drama. A sign buzzes once, then cuts out, leaving only footsteps in air behind. I pause where the lane narrows, letting the faster city move around me. The words I almost sense stay stuck like glue that never meets the page. Drafts in my chest stay saved, not shared, not framed into a story. I count my steps in twos, then switch to fours to slow the spiral down. A paper notice lifts and drops, held by tape in a tired staple corner. I keep my breathing even, and I keep the panic out of my mouth. No big confession, no long paragraph, no midnight performance for anyone. A shaved weight on my shoulder stays closed, a habit more than a symbol. I take the turn that trims the noise, and I keep moving without looking back. The message stays unsent, but my pace stays honest and properly steady. I edit my thoughts as I walk, cutting extra words that do not help. By the next corner, my head feels clearer, like a screen after closing tabs. Unsent draft, still intact, still mine, still folded out of sight. I pull it back, I keep it back, I do not hit send tonight. Say less, breathe more, hold steady, keep my tone light. Close the app, cut the loop, let the pressure start off right. If it sings, let it pass, let it fade without a fight. If it lingers, let it sit, then leave with the street light. Unsent draft, I let it be, I do not force it to speak. Unsent draft, I walk it out, and my chest unclenches each week. Crosswalk lights change on schedule, and I move when the timing is right. The street stays plain and open, and I keep my shoulders loose and low. A narrow stair cut appears, rail cold under lamp glow and clean shadows. I pass sticker layers on posts, torn edges, fresh tape, small print details. A late receipt in my pocket stays folded tight into a careful square. I do not unfold it again, I do not total up the day twice. Small wordplay turns in my head, stressed to less tense and sense, quick flips. I keep the rhythm simple, one thought per step, no extra lines added. The city keeps its distance, and I keep my distance back on purpose. I avoid the bright corners, I choose the route that stays quiet and clear. No late switch up in my chest, no sudden change in the arrangement. The weight on my shoulders shifts once, then settles into a stable place. I look for exits, not for names, not for proof, nor applause. The last turn arrives gentle, and I slow down before the door. A quiet close behind me, and the outside noise stays outside. Unsent draft stays unsent, and the air in my room feels lighter. Unsent draft, still intact, still mine, still folded out of sight. I pull it back, I keep it back, I do not hit send tonight. Say less, breathe more, hold steady, keep my tone light. Close the app, cut the loop, let the pressure slide off right. If it stings, let it pass, let it fade without a fight. If it lingers, let it sit, then leave with the street light. Unsent draft, I let it be, I do not force it to speak. Unsent draft, I walk it out, and my chest unclenches each week. Not every thought needs daylight, not every line needs a reply. I keep it small, I keep it clean, I let the moment go by. One calm return, one quiet breath, one less reason to rewind. Unsent draft stays in my pocket, and I keep my head in line. Unsent draft, still intact, still mine, still folded out of sight. I pull it back, I keep it back, I do not hit send tonight. Say less, breathe more, hold steady, keep my tone light. Close the app, cut the loop, let the pressure slide off right. If it stings, let it pass, let it fade without a fight. If it lingers, let it sit, then leave with the street light. Unsent draft, I let it be, I do not force it to speak. Unsent draft, I walk it out, and my chest unclenches each week. Take the route with fewer angles to explain. Late hour, bright patches, and a hard drop to dark. Same block, same number, something still feels off. Like the grid got shifted, but only for me. I keep my breathing low, I keep my pace even. No rush, no scene, no need to be seen. A clean line step starts to change. I do not test luck, I test timing. I count my steps like marks on a rail. Shoulders set, weight, balance, posture quiet. No loud intent, just a steady plan. If the frame bends, I do not bend with it. I move slow, then stop at the right point. I let the wrong path pass without contact. Then I go where the light cannot follow. Signal cut, I trim the noise. Hold the line, control choice. Same light up top, different law below. I keep it clean, I keep it slow. Sign stays small, still stays tight. Still stays quiet, out of sight. Signal cut, I do not fold. Calm, stay sharp when nights turn cold. Posters stacked thick, tiny print in rows. Some lines match, some lines do not. A shutter down, a lock too perfect. Like it got reset between seconds. I do not touch, I do not prove. I read this space and let it move. A thin red strap draws one strict slash. Red, white, black, nothing extra. My tee hangs loose, no need to look tough. My steps stay soft on dry stone ground. I sip stitch mad across my shoulder. A small red tassel marks the grip if a doorway shows where none should fit. I treat it like a test, not a gift. I keep my hands still, eyes up steady. Then step away before it locks. Signal cut, I trim the noise. Hold the line, control choice. When the rules fit, I do not react. I stay exact, I stay intact. Sign stays small, still stays tight. Still stays quiet, out of sight. Signal cut, I do not fold. Calm, stay sharp when nights turn cold. Some nights split clean like a double frame. One view runs true, one view runs thin. I stand between them, plain and patient. No hero talk, no hunger for praise. Crouch set low, elbows on knees. Eyes held high, breath on beat. I wait through the pause, let it land and move in time. Never early, I do not swing first. I set the space, I do not chase. I hold my place, a clean white shoe, a small red cap, black jacket, man. No shine, no glare. If doubt gets loud, I cut it down. If it gets close, I shrink it small. I keep my vow without a speech. Then step by step, I switch the signal cut, I trim the noise. Hold the line, control choice. Same light up top, different law below. I keep it clean, I keep it slow. Sign stays small, still stays tight. Still stays quiet, out of sight. Signal cut, I do not fold. Calm, stay sharp when nights turn cold. One line on the ground turns into a gate. I do not flinch, I do not wait. I breathe in slow, then step through clean. Same night, new angle, sharper scene. Signal cut, I trim the noise. Hold the line, control choice. When the frame breaks, I stay composed. No extra words, no extra pose. Sign stays small, still stays tight. Still stays quiet, out of sight. Signal cut, I do not fold. Calm, stay sharp when nights turn cold. I take the long way when the crowd feels close. A clean turn and the whole block feels new. Same city grid but a different angle. Like the world got nudged 1 inch to the side. I keep my pace, even keep my mind sharp. No rush, no show, no borrowed courage. I watch for gaps that do not add up. A door sits right where none should be. I do not touch it, I trace the edge. A breath in, a breath out, then I move. Rules change fast, my posture does not. Calm is a lock, control is the key. I count 3 steps, then cut the noise. Now with the swing, with the choice, stay still. If the frame breaks, I do not flinch. I step through clean and let it pass. After image lane, I hold my ground. Same lights up top, every side down. Line stay straight, I do not bend. Sign still still, I keep the blend. No big talk, no extra sound. Quiet cut, no mess around. After image lane, I do not stray. I keep it tight, I walk away. Posters stacked thick, tiny print in rows. I scan the pattern, then let it fade. Some letters match, some do not belong. Same font, wrong fit, that is the tell. A shutter close, a lock too clean. Like it got reset mid-scene. I keep my focus low. be. A thin red strap draws one strict line. Red, white, black, nothing loud. A sheet rise light across my shoulder. A tassel tag marks where I stop. My T stays loose, my stance stays low. My step stays soft on dry stone ground. If a gate shows up, I do not chase it. I pass it calm like it never won. After image lane, I hold my ground. Same lights up top, different side down. Line stay straight, I do not bend. Sign still still, I keep the blend. No big talk, no extra sound. Quiet cut, no mess around. After image lane, I do not stray. I keep it tight, I walk away. Some nights split clean like a double take. One view runs true, one view runs thin. I stand between them, patient and plain. No hero pose, no hunger for praise. Crowd set low, elbows on knees. Eyes up steady, breathe on beat. I read the lane like a written test. Pass or fail sits in the pause. I do not swing first, I set the space. I do not chase, I hold my place. A small red cap, a clean white shoe, black jacket, man, no shine, no glare. If fear comes close, I shrink it down. If doubt gets loud, I mute it quick. I keep my vow without a speech. Then step by step, I close the switch. Hey. After image lane, I hold my ground. Same lights up top, different side down. Line stay straight, I do not bend. Sign still still, I keep the blend. No big talk, no extra sound. Quiet cut, no mess around. After image lane, I do not stray. I keep it tight, I walk away. High, high, high. One line on the ground and the map turns new. I keep my face calm, I keep it true. No need to prove what I already know. I step through clean and let it go. After image lane, I hold my ground. Same lights up top, different side down. Line stay straight, I do not bend. Sign still still, I keep the blend. No big talk, no extra sound. Quiet cut, no mess around. After image lane, I do not stray. I keep it tight, I walk away. I cut through side streets where the bright signs and the clean white lane line splits the dark in two. My pace stays steady, heart stays on a leash. I keep my breath small like a secret route. No crowd tonight, just angles in air. A rule book written in the gaps of sound. I watch the corners for a shift in depth. One step too far and the frame feels wrong. Steel on my shoulder, weight on my mind. Red thread swings once, then falls back quiet. I do not rush it, I measure the risk. I let the danger pass before it speaks. If the city bends, I bend without breaking. If the map lies, I walk it anyway. I stay composed when the lights feel staged. I take the other way and keep my name. Backlight oath, I hold the line. Same street, new rules, I read the signs. Cut but clean, no extra noise. Still hands sharp, sense control. Choice, step by step, I switch the view. Bright side fades, I follow through. Backlight oath, I do not fold. Calm face on, quiet cold. Poster stack high, tiny type in rows. I scan the patterns, let the letters blur. A shutter closed, but the lock feels tense. A door sits wrong like it moved an inch. Not magic on display, just logic bent. The hallway shows where walls should stop. I do not touch it, I mark the edge. I take one breath and let it pass. My jacket stays mad, the night stays thin. White tee loose like I never ran. Sneakers low, no scrape, no spark. Cargo pockets hold no proof. The strap cuts red across the black. A tassel rests and lifts again. I keep my distance from every promise. I keep my calm like it cost my life. Backlight oath, I hold the line. Same street, new rules, I read the signs. Cut but clean, no extra noise. Still hands sharp, sense control. Choice, step by step, I switch the view. Bright side fades, I follow through. Backlight oath, I do not fold. Calm face on, quiet cold. Some nights double like frames misaligned. One shows the truth, one shows the trick. I stand between them, balanced and plain. No drama made, no mercy asked. I do not chase, I choose the focus, out of sight. A line on the ground becomes a gate, a step becomes a test I pass. If fear comes close, I keep it small. If doubt comes loud, I keep it still. I carry the night like a discipline. I leave it there when morning hits. Backlight oath, I hold the line. Same street, new rules, I read the signs. Cut but clean, no extra noise. Still hand sharp, sense control. Choice, step by step, I switch the view. Bright side fades, I follow through. Backlight oath, I do not fold. Calm face on quiet code. One breath in and the frame locks tight. One step out and the street feels new. No need to prove what I already know. I move, then vanish from the view. Backlight oath, I hold the line. Same street, new rules, I read the signs. Cut but clean, no extra noise. Still hand sharp, sense control. Choice, step by step, I switch the view. Bright side fades, I follow through. Backlight oath, I do not fold. Calm face on quiet code. I pay the price just to look okay. Smile set light, but my steps stay heavy. Bright side talks like it owns the room. I take the corner where it cannot follow. Same city lights, different cars. Same street noise, different rule. I keep my pace, even breath kept small. No rush, no show, no need to win. A clean line on the ground becomes a marker. Step near it and the depth shifts back. I do not chase it, I chart it quiet. I count the beats like steps I trust. Red, white, black, lock, black coat. Steel rides light, out of the way if the angle lies. I read the lie, then move through clean, no extra noise. Bright side tax, I do not pay. I take the shade and walk away. Same lights flash, I stay intact. No fake, calm, no force act. Hold my ground, keep it tight. Quiet steps, sharp side. Bright side tax, I cut the deal. Sign, seal, steal, still for real. Posters glow soft under tired lamps. Colors loud, but the truth stays thin. A shutter down, a lock to knee like it got reset mid-scene. I do not touch, I do not test. I read the space and let it move. My jacket map, the night stays clean. White tee loose, no tight control. Cargo wide, step soft on stone. A thin red strap draws one strict slash. If a doorway shows when none should fit, I treat it like a signal, not a gift. I keep my hand still, eyes up steady. Then move on calm before it wins. If the crowd gets close, I widen space. I keep my vow without a phrase. Bright side tax, I do not pay. I take the shade and walk away. Same lights flash, I stay intact. No fake, calm, no force act. Hold my ground, keep it tight. Quiet steps, sharp side. Bright side tax, I cut the deal. Sign, seal, steal, still for real. Some nights split like a double frame. One view clean, one view bent. I stand between them, plain and patient. No hero talk, no hunger for praise. Crouch set low, elbows on knees, eyes held high, breath on beat. I wait through the pause and move exact. Never early, never late. I do not swing first, I set the space. I do not chase, I hold my place. Small red cap, clean white shoe, black jacket matte, no shine, no glare. If doubt gets loud, I cut it short. If fear gets close, I shrink it small. I keep my calm like a written law. Then step by step, I switch it off. Red side tax, I do not pay. I take the shade and walk away. Same lights flash, I stay intact. No fake, calm, no force act. No big talk, no extra sound. I cut the doubt, I cut it down. Bright side tax, I do not fold. Stay composed when nights turn cold. A line on the ground turns into a gate. I do not flinch, I do not wait. I breathe in slow, then step through clean. Same night, new angle, sharper scene. Bright side tax, I do not feel the shade. Lights look loud, but the meaning feels thin. Same city glow, different aftertaste. Like a switch got flipped behind my eyes. I keep my pace, even breath kept small. No rush, no show, no need to win. A clean line on the ground becomes a marker. Step near it and the depth shifts back. I do not chase it, I chart it quiet. I count the beats like steps I trust. Shoulders set, posture calm. Control is a craft, not a pose. Red, white, black, locked like code. Steel rods slide out of the way. If the angle lies, I read the lie, then move through clean, no extra noise. Colorblind switch, lights still flash. Same street shine, different math. I keep it calm, I keep it tight. Quiet steps, sharp side. No big talk, no extra sound. I cut the doubt, I cut it down. Colorblind switch, I do not fold. Stay composed when nights turn bold. Posters glow soft under tire lamps. Teal and amber, violet stain. Not wet, just light, just layers. Color like a warning I can read. A shutter down, a lock too neat. Like it got reset mid-scene. I do not touch, I do not test. I take a note, then let it pass. My jacket matte, the night stays clean. White tee loose, no tight control. Cargo wide, step soft on stone. A thin red strap draws one strict slash. If a doorway shows where none should fit, I treat it like a signal, not a gift. I keep my hands still, eyes up steady, then move on calm before it wins. Colorblind switch, lights still flash. Same street shine, different math. Hold my ground, keep it tight. Quiet steps, sharp sight. If the bright side sells, I do not buy. If the dark side calls, I let it slide. Colorblind switch, I do not fold. Stay composed when nights turn bold. Some nights split like a glass refraction. One view true, one view bad. I stand between them, plain and patient. No hero talk, no hunger for praise. Crowd set low, elbows on knees. Eyes held high, breath on beat. I wait through the pause, then move exact. Never early, never late. I do not swing first, I set the space. I do not chase, I hold my place. Small red cap, clean white shoe. Black jacket, matte, no shine, no glare. If doubt gets loud, I cut it short. If fear gets close, I shrink it small. I keep my vow without a speech. Then step by step, I switch the scene. Colorblind switch, lights still flash. Same street shine, different math. I keep it calm, I keep it tight. Quiet steps, sharp side. No big talk, no extra sound. I cut the doubt, I cut it down. Colorblind switch, I do not fold. Stay composed when nights turn. A line on the ground turns into a gate. I do not flinch, I do not wait. I breathe in slow, then step through clean. Same night, new angle, sharper scene. Colorblind switch, lights still flash. Same street shine, different math. I keep it calm, I keep it tight. Quiet steps, sharp side. When the frame breaks, I stay composed. No extra words, no extra pose. Colorblind switch, I do not fold. Stay composed when nights turn bold. Makes the feet street corner sharp like edits in the dark. One block feels normal, next block feels off. Same pavement, different math under my feet. I keep it simple, shoulders steady. A black sheet rides high, quiet weight. Red thread tags the handle, small and strict. White tee loose, no need to look tough. I watch reflections for a shift in depth. Glass tells the truth, then changes its mind. Not a dream scene, not a stage trick. Just the world sliding one notch aside. I do not panic, I count the signs. A breath, a pause, a step that lands clean. If If a gate appears, I do not rush in. I pass it calm like I have been here. Offset city, same street, new set. One step right and the rules reset. I keep my hands still, keep my aim clear. No loud moves, I stay right here. Side shifts quick, but I stay steady. Cut stays clean, no extra ready. Offset city, I do not chase. I hold the frame, I hold my pace. Printed rows, I scan the pattern, let the noise go. A shutter close, but the lock feels wrong, like it got moved by a single inch. A hallway shows where walls should end, a clean line drawn through concrete air. I do not touch it, I read the edge. I mark the moment, then let it pass. My jacket matte, no shine, no flare. Cargo wide, steps quiet, no scrape. A thin red strap cuts through the black. A simple crossbody, nothing loud. I keep my focus out of the crowd. I keep my thoughts from spilling out. If the street tests me, it tests my time, and I answer slow, then move on clean. Offset city, same street, new set. One step right and the rules reset. I keep my hands still, keep my aim clear. No loud moves, I stay right here. If the bright side sells, I do not buy. If the dark side calls, I let it slide. Offset city, I do not chase. I hold the frame, I hold my. Some nights split like a double take. Two versions run, one half a beat late. I stand between them, calm and plain. No hero talk, no hunger for fame. I do not swing first, I set the space. A crouch held low, eyes held high. Elbows on knees, breath under control. Blade across shoulder, quiet proof. I read the corners, I read the gaps. Where footsteps should be, there is none. A small red cap, a clean white shoe. A black on black that drinks the night. I keep my vow without a speech. I keep my fear in a smaller box. I become switch when sight turns thin. I step in the wrong world, lets me through. Offset city, same street, new set. One step right and the rules reset. I keep my hands still, keep my aim clear. No loud moves, I stay right here. Sight shifts quick, but I stay steady. Cut stays clean, no extra ready. Offset city, I do not chase. I hold the frame, I hold the thing. A line on the ground turns into a door. I do not flinch, I have seen this before. I breathe in slow, then step through clean. Same night, new angle, sharper scene. Offset city, same street, new set. One step right and the rules reset. I keep my hands still, keep my aim clear. No loud moves, I stay right here. If the view breaks, I do not fold. I keep it calm, I keep control. Offset city, I do not chase. I hold the frame, I hold my pace. Side thins to a 10th street, light splits in the colors on stone. Same road, but the edges look double, like the city wears a second skin. I keep my pace measured, eyes up steady. No show, no rush, no need to prove. A clean line on the ground becomes a marker. Step near it and the depth shifts back. I do not chase it, I chart it quiet. I count the beats like steps I trust. Shoulders set, breath kept small. Calm as a tune, not a mood. Red, white, black, lock like code. Steel rides light, out of the way. If the angle lies, I read the light. Then walk through clean, no extra noise. Prism line, colors in the dark, same city, different map. Hold my ground, keep it tight. Quiet steps, sharp sight. No big talk, no extra sound. I cut the doubt, I cut it down. Prism line, I do not fold. Stay composed when nights turn bold. Posters flash hues under tile lamps. Teal and amber, violet stain. Not wet, just light, just layers. Color like a warning, I can read. I shut her down, a lock too neat, like it got reset mid-scene. I do not touch, I do not test. I take a note, then let it pass. My jacket matte, the night stays clean. White tee loose, no tight control. Cargo, I step soft on stone. A thin red strap draws one strict slash. If a doorway shows where none should fit, I treat it like a signal, not a gift. I keep my hands still, eyes up steady, then move on calm before it wins. Prism light, colors in the dark, same city, different map. Hold my ground, keep it tight. Quiet steps, sharp sight. silent, I stand between them, plain and patient. No hero talk, no hunger for praise. Crouched set low, elbows on knees, eyes held high, breath on beat. I wait through the pause, then move exact. Never early, never late. I do not swing first, I set the space. I do not chase, I hold my place. Small red cap, clean white shoe, black jacket, mad, no shine, no glare. If doubt gets loud, I cut it short. If fear gets close, I shrink it small. I keep my vow without a speech, then step by step I switch the scene. Prism light, colors in the dark, same city, different map. Hold my ground, keep it tight, quiet steps, sharp side. No big talk, no extra sound. I cut the doubt, I cut it down. Prism line, I do not fold, stay composed when eyes turn bold. A line on the ground turns into a gate. I do not flinch, I do not wait. I breathe in slow, then step through clean. Same night, new angle, sharper scene. Prism light, colors in the dark, same city, different map. Hold my ground, keep it tight, quiet steps, sharp side. When the frame breaks, I stay composed. No extra words, no extra pose. Prism line, I do not fold, stay composed when eyes turn bold. Prism light. I walk where the bright side stops at the curb. Street light cuts a clean line through the air. My steps stay quiet, but my mind stays loud. I keep my eyes up, I keep my blade down. A second shape follows close, never in front. Not a friend, not a foe, just a shadow close. I read every corner like a folded map. I do not chase noise, I trace what is left. Signs look normal until you look twice. Same street, different side, different rules. I count the gaps where the crowd should be. I hold my breath at the edge of the glow. Steel on my shoulder, still in my chest. Red thread flicks once, then settles again. If the night asks questions, I answer with calm. If the city shifts, I shift with it. On the other side of city lights, I keep it plain. Same lane, no sight, I do not explain. Signs seal, still, I lock it in. I draw no crowd, I just begin. If you blink, you miss where the line got moved. If you look too hard, you lose the groove. On the other side of city lights, I stay near. Quiet, rule clear, aim, no fear. Posters stacked like clues on a tide wall. Tiny letters, tight rows, I let them pass. The shutter sleeps, but the lock feels awake. One step left and the angle changes. A doorway appears where it should not fit. Not magic on stage, just math that slips. I do not touch it, I take the note. A lesson in silence, written in stone. My jacket drinks the night, mad and clean. White shirt loose like I never rushed. Sneakers stay light, no scrape, no spark. Cargo pockets hold nothing loud. I keep my promises small and sharp. I keep my distance even from hope. Side becomes a switch when sight goes thin. I name it a clause and move on. On the other side of city lights, I keep it plain. Same lane, new sight, I do not explain. Signs seal, still, I lock it in. I draw no crowd, I just begin. When bright feels fake, I choose the shade. When rules feel bent, I keep my blade. On the other side of city lights, I stay near. Quiet, rule clear, ain't no fear. Some nights feel double like two films aligned. One runs ahead, one runs behind. I stand between them, balanced and calm. Not looking for war, not looking for charm. A thin red strap cuts a clean diagonal. A small red cap, a mark in the dark. I do not dress to announce my mood. I dress like a vow that never speaks. If the city tests me, it tests my pace. Slow is control, fast is a chase. I pick the moment, I pick the place. I do not swing first, I set the frame. Steel and still, that is my split. Seal and real, that is the trick. Other side, another rule, I accept the cost. I leave no name, I leave no loss. On the other side of city lights, I keep it plain. Same lane, new sight, I do not explain. Signs seal, still, I lock it in. I draw no crowd, I just begin. If the bright side sells, I do not buy. If the dark side calls, I do not cry. On the other side of city lights, I stay near. Quiet, rule clear, ain't no fear. One line on the ground and the world turns new. No sound in the air, but I feel it move. I Late hours, same floor, same cold air. Phone face down, thoughts still there. Undertone in my voice, barely bold. Say let's feel more, that is the old. Streetlights spill on a white tee edge. Untucked like promises off the ledge. Feet stay still, but my chest moves fast. Past mistakes loop like a rerun cast. Tie lines in my head, pulling slow. Not a wave, more drag below. Lunar pull, habit pull, both got weight. Gravity lessons that I learned too late. Shadow shape right behind my frame. Not a demon, just my name in stain. Tryna act fine, tryna act grown, but the room still feels like undertone. Lunar undertow, I keep drifting low. Undertone talk, but it says too much though. Tie, got my mind, I get tied to the flow. Step by step, still stuck in slow-mo. Lunar undertow, pulling at my core. Same old pull, same old floor. If I let go, where do I go? Lunar undertow, I keep drifting low. Red thread on the strap, thin line detail. Small bright mark in a mostly black tail. Backpack tight, but the heart feels loose. True stays clipped like a tied up noose. Matte black sheath on the shoulder bone. Heavy like the things never shown. Not looking for fights, just looking for space. Some days the mirror feels out of place. Breath gets short when the mind goes deep. Sleep gets thin and the guilt stays cheap. Low tide hope, high tide doubt. Same route, different way out. Lunar, mood turns weird. Laugh at me, then I disappear. Not gone, just muted under my skin. Trying to win, but I keep caving in. Lunar undertow, I keep drifting low. Undertone talk, but it says too much though. Tie, got my mind, I get tied to the flow. Step by step, still stuck in slow-mo. Lunar undertow, pulling at my core. Same old pull, same old floor. If I let go, where do I go? Lunar undertow, I keep drifting low. Clouds tail wide, ink dark in the back. High contrast, life all white and black. I stay sharp, but the plan stays blurred. Words in my throat still never heard. Not asking for pity, just a clean reset. No big speech, no big regret. Under pressure I fold in quiet. Soft voice, hard mind, small riot. Tassel swings, red dot in the night. Tiny proof that I still got fight. But the pull comes back like a habit loop. Grave habits, gravity, same group. Trying to raise my level, raise my tone, but the undertow keeps pulling prone. Hold my ground, count my breath, stay true. If I move at all, it is one step, not two. Lunar undertow, I keep drifting low. Undertone talk, but it says too much though. Tie, got my mind, I get tied to the flow. Step by step, still stuck in slow-mo. Lunar undertow, pulling at my core. Same old pull, same old floor. If I let go, where do I go? Lunar undertow, I keep drifting low. No splash, just depth, it pulls unseen. No crown, no scene, just in between. Cut the loop, change the route, stay slow. Name it out loud, lunar undertow. Lunar undertow, I keep drifting low. Undertone talk, but it says too much though. Tie, got my mind, I get tied to the flow. Step by step, still stuck in slow-mo. Lunar undertow, pulling at my core. Same old pull, same old floor. If I let go, where do I go? Lunar undertow, I keep drifting low. Yeah, I left the room, but it stayed in my eyes. A bright outline where the good part hides. After I'm gone, after I try, same scene plays back, different light. I keep my voice on a low setting, not to be cold, just to stop regretting. You said nothing, I heard enough. Silence can still feel rough. I trace the steps like a habit trail, not a meltdown, just a slow derail. I act okay, but my focus slips, like a word that never fits my lips. If I look away, it fades for a bit, then comes back sharp like a stubborn print. Not love, not hate, just space in between. After an image stuck on the screen. After image, I still see it glow. After I'm fine, I still move real slow. Distance in my chest, I cannot close. I let it fade, then it comes back close. After image stuck in my sight. Day feels dull, night feels bright. If I breathe through it, maybe it goes. After image, I still see it glow. I do not chase, I just circle around. Same few thoughts on repeat, no sound. A small mistake turns into a map, leads me back to the same old gap. I keep it neat, I keep it clean, but the inside is not serene. I say I'm good, then I second guess. Confidence comes, then I underdress. Not the fit, the feeling it runs too thin, like I'm outside looking in. I want the calm, but my mind is loud. Not screaming, just a heavy cloud. I drop one joke, it lands too late. Laugh is short, then it turns to weight. I count my wins, they feel too small. After image beats them all. After image, I still see it glow. After I'm fine, I still move real slow. Distance in my chest, I cannot close. I let it fade, then it comes back close. After image, stuck in my sight. Day feels dull, night feels bright. If I breathe through it, maybe it goes. After image, I still see it. I try new plans, new roads, new pace. Still your outline in every place. Not a ghost, just a leftover light from a moment I held too tight. I want the truth, but I fear the cost. So I talk in half notes almost. I make it sound like I do not care, but I still check if you are there. I keep my pride like a thin glass wall. One hard hit and it might fall. So I move soft, I move slow. Keep my heart on a need to know. After I'm up, after I win, it comes back like a quiet spin. Not to break me, just to remind what I keep tucked in the back of my mind. After image, I still see it glow. After I'm fine, I still move real slow. Distance in my chest, I cannot close. I let it fade, then it comes back close. After image, stuck in my sight. Day feels dull, night feels bright. If I breathe through it, maybe it goes. After image, I still see it glow. Let it blur, let it pass. Do not turn it into facts. I am here, I am close. I can learn to let it go. After image, I still see it glow. After I'm fine, I still move real slow. Distance in my chest, I cannot close. I let it fade, then it comes back close. After image, stuck in my sight. Day feels dull, night feels bright. If I breathe through it, maybe it goes. After image, I still see it glow. Keep my steps measured not to look lost. I keep my face steady no matter the cost. Late hours stretch long but I do not complain. I just let the silence sit in my brain. Tear on the back wall, clean and white. A calm looking frame where I learn to hide. I talk in low volume, keep it controlled. Like the truth feels safer when it is cold. A dark shape follows close to my spine. Not a threat, just a part of my mind. I try to be better, I try to be clear. Then doubt shows up and shifts the gear. I draw a clean line, then blur it again. I want a new start, but I circle the same. If I look too hard, I lose my place. So I breathe through it with a straight face. Charcoal outline, stuck behind my skin. I stay calm, but it pulls me in. I say I am fine, then I pause too long. Keep it low, keep it moving, keep it strong. Full outline, shadow in my frame. Different nights, but it wears my name. I do not fall fast, I fade in slow. Charcoal outline, I keep my light low. I keep my words simple, cut them down. No big speeches in a small town sound. I do not need attention, I need a little room. A place to breathe without proving something too soon. Coda lines come in, thin and precise, like careful steps on fragile ice. Shameless and hit short, sharp, then gone. Just enough to keep the tension on. sits heavy, snare stays dry, bass stays low like a true thigh. I try new routines, they hold for a day, then old thoughts take the wheel again. Underline, outline, out of line, that is my wordplay when it is late at night. I keep rewriting what I already know, trying to move forward without putting on a show. Sharkle outline, stuck behind my skin, I stay calm but it pulls me in. I say I am fine, then I pause too long. Keep it low, keep it moving, keep it strong. Outline, shadow in my frame, different nights but it wears my name. I do not fall fast, I fade in slow. Charcoal outline, I keep my light low. A thin red strap is the only loud color I keep. Small detail but it wakes me up from sleep. A red tassel swings, then settles down like my thoughts when I stop spinning them around. I do not chase closure, I chase control, trying to learn how to soften the toll. I hold my ground with the quiet stance, no big risk, just a small advance. Some days I feel present, some days I feel thin, like I am outside watching myself from within. I keep my pride guarded, not sharp, not mean, just careful, like I do not want to be seen. I want to speak straight, but I bend the tone, afraid of the way when I say it alone. So I take one breath and take one more and step back into the room like before. Charcoal outline, stuck behind my skin, I stay calm but it pulls me in. I say I'm fine, then I pause too long. Keep it low, keep it moving, keep it strong. Outline, shadow in my frame, different nights but it wears my name. I do not fall fast, I fade in slow. Charcoal outline, I keep my light low. Cut one, keep it clean, name one fear, let it leave. Small steps still count, I can stay on my route. Charcoal outline, stuck behind my skin, I stay calm but it pulls me in. I say I'm fine, then I pause too long. Keep it low, keep it moving, keep it strong. Outline, shadow in my frame, different nights but it wears my name. I do not fall fast, I fade in slow. Charcoal outline, I keep my light low. I keep it tidy on the surface, like nothing ever spills. Clean lines, no extra words, just add is full control. I move like nothing's wrong with me, but my thoughts push back flat till space stays wide and blank. A calm screen for hiding, I hold my voice down low so the tremble never shows. Shadow stain on my shoulder in cloud that won't let go. Kick it's heavy like slow decisions I don't wanna name. Snare stays dry, a close reply I practice every day. Bass sits low like a locked drawer where I keep the reasons why I wanna shift, I wanna grow. But nights call every wind fake, I breathe once and breathe again and keep my frame upright. I take one step then one more, pretending it feels like I keep my face composed, like it has always been this way. Clean cut outside, messy inside, and I still stay clean cut. Doubt it fits me well, sharp outside, hard to tell. I say I'm fine, I sound composed, but the inside stays exposed. Clean cut doubt, I keep it neat, quiet weight in a steady beat. If I move on, it follows too. Clean cut doubt, I move with you. I do not vent, I do not spill, I swallow words for control. Not for strength, more for structure, trying to keep the story whole. Kodo comes in small and bright, like paper thin truth at night. Shamazin hits short and tight like a stamp that marks the bite. I count progress in tiny proof, one clean breath, one calm move. Then the pull returns undertone, like a habit with something to prove. Clean cut but the cut goes in deeper than I say out loud. If I talk it turns to blame, if I stay quiet it gets loud. I smile on you, I'm not on time but I keep adding weight. I keep it neat, I keep it sharp while I am running late. So I hold my voice down low and let the night decide. Open the next page, reads kinder if I keep trying. Clean cut doubt, it fits me well, sharp outside, hard to tell. I say I'm fine, I sound composed, but the inside stays exposed. Clean cut doubt, I keep it neat, miss me well. Sharp outside, hard to tell. I say I'm fine, I sound composed, but the inside stays exposed. Clean cut out, I keep it neat. Quiet weight in a steady beat. If I move on, it follows too. Clean cut out, I move with you. I wake up tired, not from sleep, from thought. Same old loop, same old knot I caught. I keep it quiet so it does not spill, but silence has weight when the room is still. I do not crash, I just slowly bend, like a weak signal I cannot send. I write one line, then I cross it out, turn a small doubt into bigger doubt. My face stays calm, but my chest runs high, trying to cool what I cannot stop. I say I am fine, that is my default. They replay my day like it is my fault. Shadow behind me, close and wide, not to scare me, just to hide. I keep moving forward, small and slow, but the pull stays under my undertone. Ink habit, I keep writing over it. Same page paint, I keep hiding under it. If I step away, it fades a little bit, then it comes back like I never handled it. Ink habit, I keep circling the same, different night, but it wears my name. I try to let go, but I cover it. Ink habit, I keep writing over it. I count my progress like a cheap receipt. One good hour, then I lose my feet. I talk too soft when I should be clear. I say less, then I disappear. Not from people, just from myself. Put my feelings back on a higher shelf. I want new habits, I want new ground, but old thoughts know how to come around. I make a plan, then I second guess. Confidence drops, then I overdress. Not the clothes, the mood I wear. A heavy look in a calm, fresh air. If I smile first, it looks like a trick, so I keep neutral, safe and quick. I try to be brave in a simple way, one small choice at a time each day. Ink habit, I keep writing over it. Same page paint, I keep hiding under it. If I step away, it fades a little bit, then it comes back like I never handled it. Ink habit, I keep circling the same, different night, but it wears my name. I try to let go, but I cover it. Ink habit, I keep writing over it. I do not need praise, I need quiet proof that I can stand even without a roof. Not a big win, just a solid step, not a loud fix, just a steady rep. I cut one fear, then it grows two more, like a bad trait I cannot ignore. Wordplay in my head, undertone under skin. I lose the fight before I begin. I try to think less, I think too fast. Future feels close, past feels vast. I keep my heart on a low control, so it does not show, so it stays in full. But I am not stone, I still feel the pull, a deep charcoal shape in the back of the lull. I look ahead, then I look away, still here, still learning how to stay. Ink habit, I keep writing over it. Same page paint, I keep hiding under it. If I step away, it fades a little bit, then it comes back like I never handled it. Ink habit, I keep circling the same, different night, but it wears my name. I try to let go, but I cover it. Ink habit, I keep writing over it. Drop one line, leave it clean, let it sit, let it breathe. Not every thought is truth, I can learn a different mood. Ink habit, I keep writing over it. Same page paint, I keep hiding under it. If I step away, it fades a little bit, then it comes back like I never handled it. Ink habit, I keep circling the same, different night, but it wears my name. I try to let go, but I cover it. Ink habit, I keep writing over it. keep my posture straight, like it fixes what I hide. Flat tail behind me, wide enough to swallow pride. I talk in short replies, then replay them in my head, trying to sound certain, still not sure of what I said. Black jacket, white tee, untucked like I chose to drift. Cargo pockets full of nothing, still it feels like weight to lift. And red detail on the strap, small warning, I ignore. Matte sheath across my shoulder, not for war, just to endure. And shadow fuse behind my frame, smoking ink in one shape. Not a villain, not a myth, just the part I cannot scrape. Kick it's heavy, snare stage dry, the rhythm keeps me pace. Space is low like a sentence I keep saving, never placed. I want to step out clean and clear, no extra lines to prove. My negative headspace fills the room before I move. I blink and the outline holds like it is taped to my sight. I breathe twice, count to 4, then act like I am alright. Negative space, but it is not empty. Quiet face, but the pressure stays plenty. I keep it neat, I keep it low, still feel the pull under my toe. Negative space, where I hide my doubts, say I'm fine, then I stall out. If I move on, it follows too. Negative space, I move with you. I do not ask for comfort, I ask for less noise inside. Small habits turn into anchors, I drag them when I try. Kodo cuts in thin and clean, like lines on folded paper. Shamas in is short and tight, like marks that stay a little later. I count my progress and small proof, one calm breath, one clean minute. Then the same old loop returns, acting like I never did it. Wordplay flips, negative space, negative case. Same night math, I keep trimming down the truth, but it still leaks through the cracks. If I speak up, it sounds too sharp. If I stay quiet, it swells. So I keep my tone control, like that will make it end well. No big scene, no big shift, just steady steps on a thin edge. Trying to live in the clean frame without falling off the ledge. I pack my thoughts in smaller boxes, label them, stack them neat, but they slide back out at night and land right at my feet. Negative space, but it is not empty. Quiet face, but the pressure stays plenty. I keep it neat, I keep it low, still feel the pull under my toe. Negative space, where I hide my doubts, say I'm fine, then I stall out. If I move on, it follows too. Negative space, I move with you. Cut one loop, keep it plain. Name the fear, not the blame. One clean breath, one clean move. I can shift what I keep glued. Negative space, but it is not empty. Quiet face, but the pressure stays plenty. I keep it neat, I keep it low, still feel the pull under my toe. Negative space, where I hide my doubts, say I'm fine, then I stall out. If I move on, it follows too. Negative space, I move with you. Flat teal sky sits wide behind my shoulder line, clean and blank, no see noise, just one steady color holding the whole frame. I stand still in the room, but my mind keeps pacing fast. Same old worry runs its laps again, like a clock with a grudge. Black on white and red on black, the palette stays strict. Tiny accents do the talking when I keep my mouth clipped. I speak low on purpose so nothing spills into the air, but the quiet still feels heavy like it thickened overnight. A shadow shape of smoking ink stays fused behind my outline. It is not a beast or friend, just the extra layer I hide. I pause and breathe and pause again, counting down my pulse, trying to keep my face neutral when my thoughts feel loud. Kick hits slow like measured steps, snare stays dry and plain. Bass is low like added weight I carry without complaint. I keep walking inside my head, repeating what I never said, trying to change the ending without changing the same old start. Teal silence, holding me close. I act okay, but I feel the pull most. Undertone, under skin, it grows. Teal silence, that is how it goes. Teal silence, no one can tell if I am calm or I am unwell. I breathe slow, I keep it low. Teal silence, I let it show. I do not shout for attention, I do not run for relief. I move like night before the sun, quiet and hard to read. Code on notes, lens sharp and thin like clean cuts on plain paper. Small truths show up in tiny places, then linger a little longer. Xiaomi's and taps are short and clean like marks that do not fade. A quick reminder of where I have been and what I did not say. I keep my face on straight lines, practiced and careful so nobody sees the strain in my eyes when the calm feels forced. I want new habits, new ground, a different pattern to trust. But old feelings circle back again, slow and stubborn as dust. I try to laugh at something light, but it comes out too thin. So I fold it back inside my chest and lock it under skin. Now wide till background stays plain like a poster without text. It hides the storm without a name and covers up the context. If I fall in slow motion, not a splash, just depth. Not a wave you can point at, more a pull beneath my breath. Till silence, holding me close. I act okay, but I feel the pull most undertone, under skin it grows. Till silence, that is how it goes. Till silence, no one can tell if I am calm or I am unwell. I breathe slow, I keep it low. Till silence, I let it show. No big change, just one clear breath. Cut one loop, take one step. Let it pass, let it go. Till silence, soft and low. Till silence, holding me close. I act okay, but I feel the pull most undertone, under skin it grows. Till silence, that is how it goes. Till silence, no one can tell if I am calm or I am unwell. I breathe slow, I keep it low. Till silence, I let it show. Late night, focused daylight fades quick. Same small worries doing laps again. No big crash, just a slow dip. Breathing shallow in a quiet wind. Back straight, but the mind leans heavy. Words get stuck in the wrong register. Tied to a thought that will not let me loose. And turning into weather. Thin red line on a strap stays bright like a tiny warning in the dark. Mad black blade, not for a fight, just a weight that leaves a mark. Shadow behind, glued to my pace. Smoking ink where my palm should sit. Trying to move with a steady face while the pull keeps tightening bit by bit. Tie proof, but I still feel the drag. Tied up thoughts in a simple bag. Low voice, high weight, that is my math. One step forward, still on the path. Tie proof, but it floods my chest. Same old pull, no real rest. If it lets go, I let go too. Tie proof, but it is not true. Clean lines, bold ink, flat light mood. Outside looks fine, inside runs deep. No loud drama, no attitude, just a restless kind of sleep. Say less, then it grows louder. Say more, then it turns to blame. Either way feels like a powder that sticks to skin, stays the same. Codal notes cut like thin paper. Shamisen hits short and tight, not to decorate, more like a marker on the edge of another night. Breast stays closed, not trying to flex. No big chorus to lift the roof, just a steady rhythm in my chest. Trying to learn how to be tie-proof. Tie-dye proof, but I still feel the drag. Tied up thoughts in a simple bag. Low voice, high weight, that is my math. One step forward, still on the path. Tie-proof, but it floods my chest. Same old pull, no real rest. If it lets go, I let go too. Tie-proof, but it is not true. Small red tassel swings, then stills, like a metronome that lost its click. No hero pose, no big thrills, just trying not to slip too quick. A shadow mouth, barely a shape, says nothing but it looks like doubt. Two dim eyes in the charcoal drape. Thought you could, thought you cannot route. Kick hits hard, snare stays dry. Bass hits low like a loaded pause. Not to shake rooms, just to remind that pressure still feel the drag. Tied up thoughts in a simple bag. Low voice, high weight, that is my math. One step forward, still on the path. Tide proof, but it floods my chest. Same old pull, no real rest. If it lets go, I let go too. Tide proof, but it is not true. Cut one loop, keep it plain. Name the pull, then let it pass. Not every wave is here to stay. Breathe once clean, then reset fast. Tide proof, but I still feel the drag. Tied up thoughts in a simple bag. Low voice, high weight, that is my math. One step forward, still on the path. Tide proof, but it floods my chest. Same old pull, no real rest. If it lets go, I let go too. Tide proof, but it is not true. Like a caption nobody gets to read. Red beanie low, but I keep it on me. White tee untucked, edges loose on purpose. Black crop bomber sleeves, heavy no surface. White pants moving slow, quiet weight in the cloth. In red strap behind me, one line I don't cut off. Matte black sheet high, angled and still. Small red tassel, barely showing it's real. Eyes a little tired, but they stay on track. I don't make a scene, I don't call it back. Shadow fuse behind me, smoke in the air, too faint, eyes higher like they don't belong there. No mouth, just a hint like a thought I won't say. I leave a mark in red, then I'm already away. I keep it heavy, hip-hop in my feet. Kick and snare, talk while the rest stays discreet. Blackout bookmark, holding my place. I seal the page, then I leave no trace. Red line under what I can't admit. Shadow stays close, but it can't control it. Heavy step, tight swing, low and clean. No extra noise, keep the edges keen. Blackout bookmark, proof I was there. One small mark in red cut through the air. The city is flat like a poster with sound off. People slide past, but I don't pay the cost. Breath stay low, so the groove stays thick. Shamisen and Kato keep time with the hit. Short plucks, clean bends, bright but controlled. They carry the hook while my face stays cold. I trade remarks for marks, that's my play. Less talk, more placement, less noise in the way. A bookmark means return, but I rarely do. So I mark the spot, then I walk it through. Shadow and ink wash, marble charcoal skin. Those higher set eyes flare, then dim again. I keep the back half clean, no hiss, no blur. Same tight, low, and same kick and snare. I seal what hurts more so it fits and stays. Then stamp it in red and I'm out of frame. Blackout bookmark, holding my place. I seal the page, then I leave no trace. Red line under what I can't admit. Shadow stays close, but it can't control it. Heavy step, tight swing, low and clean. No extra noise, keep the edges keen. Blackout bookmark, proof I was there. One small mark in red cut through the air. If I crack it silent, I'll frame out of sight. I seal the edges clean, so nothing leaks in light. Then I step back steady, heavy in my lane. One red mark left, and that's enough to name. Blackout bookmark, holding my place. I seal the page, then I leave no trace. Red line under what I can't admit. Shadow stays close, but it can't control it. Heavy step, tight swing, low and clean. No extra noise, keep the edges keen. Blackout bookmark, proof I was there. One small mark in red cut through the air.
Eyes calm and the room turns tight. Red beanie pull low in the heavy night. White tee untucked, I let the edges lift. Black jacket wide, nothing left to give. White pants, Snoop soak, white weight in the cloth. Thin red, sky back like a light. I do not cut off, matte black sheet high. Ain't golden clean, still stay silent, but it stays with me. A shadow behind me, ink torn in the smoke. One red eye burning like a stamped in stroke. No mouth to argue, just shaping and then I do not chase peace. I pay my rent, kick in my chest, snare in my breath. I keep my steps steady, nothing extra said. I leave one mark in crimson, small and exact. Crimson fang mark, pressed into the light. Not a headline, just proof in red light. I see what I feel, keeping clothes and clean. Wolf in my back, sharp black in between. Heavy and calm, no shine, no show. Kick your stance off, let the streams cut slow. Crimson fang mark, I do not explain. I move on quiet, and the proof remains. The sky looks split, red clouds on black. I stay in frame. Right side track, surmising and koto. Tight pluck and bend like ink on paper that will not mend. Call and response, two blades in sound. Low register bite, no sparkle around. I keep my voice close, tight, thick and tight. Words lit heavy, not too bright. I trade with muscle marks, that is my play. Let's talk all place, then let it stay. A series of sign in the lock at once, so I lock it down. No loose ends, no runs. One shadow follow, same pace, same ray. One red eye high, then dim again. I draw one clean line and step away. Crimson fang mark, pressed into the night. Not a headline, just proof in red light. I see what I feel, keep it close and clean. Wolf in my black, soft black in between. Heavy and calm, no shine, no show. Kick and stand tall, let the strings cut slow. Crimson fang mark, I do not explain. I move on quiet, and the proof remains. It's our shaking, stays afraid, out of sight. It's a break it clean and set it right. I seal the edges tight, so nothing leaks. No one word more play. That is all I do. Crimson fang mark, pressed into the night. Not a headline, just proof in red light. I see what I feel, keep it closed and clean. Wolf in my back, so black in between. Heavy and calm, no sign, no slow. Kick and stand tall, let the strings cut slow. Crimson fang mark, I do not explain. I move on quiet, and the proof remains. I move like I am late, even when the clock is kind. Red beanie, polo on her accent in the cold design. White tee untucked, edges loose, I let the details drift. Black crop on my oversized sleeves, weight on my wrists. Wide parachute pants, whispers of thunder at my knees. Thin range strap across my back, a line that never bleeds. Matte black sheath on my shoulder, angled and controlled. Small red tassel, barely moves, the only warmth I hold. Eyes a little tired, still steady when they meet the street. I keep my face composed, like Plinth stays complete. A shadow flews behind me, torn ink and smoke in one. Marble charcoal in his body, cut sharp against the dark. Two faint eyes set higher, watching over where I stand. No mouth, only a hint of silence, I understand. I do not turn around to test it, I keep the frame clean. I leave a crimson receipt behind, proof of where I've been. Crimson receipt, rinse your pressed and precise. Not a confession, just a record of my life. Red line under words I never let out. Shadow stays close, but it does not speak out loud. Kick in my chest, snare in my breath, heavy and tight. I keep it clean from start to end, same calm, same night. Crimson receipt, one mark, then I move on through. Proof in the smallest form, still honest, still true. It's city feels distant, like sound behind thick glass. Faces passing you to blur, I let them pass and pass. Breath kept low and even so the night stays calm. Pocket deep, swing slow, heavy sketch grounded and warm. I trade remarks for marks, that is my quiet play. Less talk, more placement, I keep the noise away. Your receipt means it happened, clean proof without a scene. A seal means keep it sealed, keep it tight, keep it clean. I fold what hurts smaller, make it fit my inner pocket. Not to hide forever, just to stop the spill from rocking. The shadow shifts in ink wash, edges torn and thin. Those higher set, faint eyes stay lit and fade again. I keep the back half steady, no extra layer stack. Same noise from start to end, same clean and grounded track. If silence is a border, I draw it in red straight. Then walk on step, instead no loud goodbye to stay. Crimson receipt, red your pride still precise. Not a confession, just a record of my life. Red line under words I never let out. Shadow stays close, but it does not speak out loud. Keeping my chest nearing my breath heavy and tight. I keep it clean from start to end, same calm, same light. Crimson receipt one mark, then I move on through. Proof in the smallest form, still honest, still true. If I shake, I do it off frame when nobody knows. If I break it quiet, then tighten the seams close. I steer the edges clean so nothing leaks in light. Then step back into the dark, still heavy, still high. Crimson receipt, red so pressed and precise. Not a confession, just a record of my life. Red line under words I never let out. Shadow stays close, but it does not speak out loud. Keeping my chest nearing my breath heavy and tight. I keep the flame from start to end, same calm, same night. Crimson receipt will mark, then I move on through. Proof in the smallest form, still honest, still true. Yeah, I keep my face calm even when the inside shakes. Red on my head, one can spark the dark, can't take. White tee untucked like I could try to look right. Black bomber crop sleeves, heavy through the night. White pants move slow, sounding soft against the street. Thin red strap behind me, cutting clean and neat. Minimal logos, nothing begging to be seen. Red, white, black, only 3 notes, sharp and clean. Matte black, she rides hot, angle like a woo. Tassel in a red, small signal, staying cool. My eyes up tight, feel steady when they knee. I walk the right dirt, leave the left side clean. The shadow fused behind, torn ink in the air, too faint. I sit higher like they don't belong there. No mouth, just a hint like the thought I never said. I leave a mark in red, then I'm already ahead. Paper cut halo, sharp around my head. Not a crown, just proof of what I never read. Red line, red sign, quest into the night. I keep it heavy, keep it clean, keep it tight. Shadow stays close, but it doesn't get a say. I see what I feel, then I walk away. Paper cut halo, an edge bright stain. I pass through quiet, leave a mark remain. The city looks flat like a poster with the sound off. People move past me, but I don't take the cars. Breath stays low, so the boost stays slow and thick. Kick in my chest, near in my hand, simple hit. I trade words for placement, that's my kind of talk. I underline silence with the way I walk. A seal is a stamp and a lock at the same time, so I keep what hurts inside a smaller line. If the night gets loud, I tighten up the frame. No extra layers laid, I keep it all the same. Keep the noise floor low, keep the edges clean. No hiss creeping in, no blur on the scene. Shadow and ink wash marble charcoal skin. Those eyes flare once, then fade back in. I keep the back half clean, no spill, no stir. Just heavy steps and the proof I prefer. Paper cut halo, sharp around my head. Not a crown, just proof of what I never read. Red line, red sign, passed into the night. I keep it heavy, keep it clean, keep it tight. Shadow stays close, but it doesn't get a say. I see what I feel, then I walk away. Paper cut halo, then edge bright stain. I pass through quiet, leave a mark remain. If I crack it silent, off frame, out of sight. I seal the edges clean, so nothing leaks a light. Then I step back steady, heavy in my lane. One red mark left, and that's enough to name. Paper cut halo, sharp around my head. Not a crown, just proof of what I never read. Red line, red sign, pressed into the night. I keep it heavy, keep it clean, keep it tight. Shadow stays close, but it doesn't get a say. I see what I feel, then I walk away. remain.
I keep my face calm when the street feels loud. Red beanie low, one signal in the crowd. White tee untucked, edges loose, no fix. Black crop bomber heavy on the wrist. White pants move slow, soft weight in the scene. Thin red strap behind me, clean line in the scene. Matte black sheath on my shoulder still. Red tassel barely moving, quiet thrill. Eyes a little tired but they hold their aim. Right side of the frame, left space for a name. Shadow fuse behind me, torn ink in the air. Too faint, I said higher, watching from there. No mouth, just intent, no need to defend. I press a small red mark and let it in. Kick in my chest, snare in my breast, steady. Quiet stamp, press down, no loud words, no crown. Red line under what I hide. Shadow close but I decide. Heavy step, low and clean. Strings cut dark, sharp between. Quiet stamp, proof and gone. I move on and carry on. The city looks flat like paper in dim light. Faces blur past, I don't hold them tight. Breath stays low so the night stays calm. Deep pocket groove like a slow song. Shamisen and Kato lead, low plugs that bite. Call and response, cutting through the night. E-guitar stay close, piano stays dark. Bass stays warm, holding the mark. I trade remarks for marks, that's my play. Less talk, more placement, let it stay. A seal means sign and also seal shut, so I keep it contained, never spilling too much. Keep the back half clean, no hiss creeping in, no extra layers later, no messy finish. One red line drawn, then I step away. Quiet stamp, press down, no loud words, no crown. Red line under what I hide. Shadow close but I decide. Heavy step, low and clean. Strings cut dark, sharp between. Quiet stamp, proof and gone. I move on and carry on. If I shake it stays off frame, out of sight. I seal the edges tight so nothing leaks in light. Then I walk on grounded, heavy through night. One small red mark, that's enough. Quiet stamp, press down, no loud words, no crown. Red line under what I hide. Shadow close but I decide. Heavy step, low and clean. Strings cut dark, sharp between. Quiet stamp, proof and gone. I move on and carry on. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey. I keep to the right side of the sidewalk once, staying out of the main flow. Sleep still on my face, but my steps act fine. like I practice this alone. Red cap low, a quiet warning light, the only heat in a cold palette. White tee untucked, catching winter air, loose edges I never bother to edit. Black bomber crop sleeves, heavy on my wrist, weight where my calm has to live. Wide pants swish like a page that will not fold. Every stride a sentence I refuse to give. A thin red strap cuts one clean angle back, sharp enough to underline my silence. Matte black sheath rides high across my shoulder, not a breath, just private guidance. Not for dime, but just wait, I chose to carry the kind you pick when you stop explaining. A darker shake stays fused behind my spine. Ink and smoke, always rearranging. Too dim, eyes set higher than mine ever set. Watching over, never looking through me. No mouth or almost just a hint of a curve, like a thought that never gets to be free. I do not turn to check, I keep the frame right. Third, live it, left side blank for the name. If I leave a sign, it is small and exact. No noise, no mercy, no need to be loud. I'll press it down, then let it dry and mark the holes when everything else slips away. A red seal that says I still was here, proof placed gently, then carried into gray. Red seal, red line, keep me in the record, not a signature, just proof I did not splinter. Seal on the surface, sealed up underneath, a shadow stains close, but it cannot speak for me. I walk it straight, I do not ask for relief. One mark, one line, then I move, no loud goodbye. If they look back, they only get the clean design. Red seal, red line, me and the dark inside. A city feels distant, like sound behind glass, close enough to see, too far to hold. Faces pass by, but none of it has to last. I let them blur, I let them go cold. I keep my breath small so the night stays calm, like I am saving air for later. My eyes look tight, still steady when they land. Tired is a fact, not a surrender. The strap on my back draws a pin red by one clean accent in a dark design. Not a cry for help or like a boundary, set a line that says this space is mine. I trade remarks for marks, that is my wordplay. Less caught, more placement, less proof by speech. Less noise, more weight, more quiet control. I do not reach out, I just reach the breach. A seal is a sign, but also something sealed, so I lock what I feel so it will not spill. I keep it contained, keep it clean, keep it real. Like a stamp you crest and leave it still. The shadow behind me's just an ink wash waves. Marble, charcoal, hard cut shape. Those faint eyes float a little too high, like one perspective that will not escape. I count the steps, not the reasons I elate. Routing it safer than naming the eight. I draw the red line under what I cannot say. Let the underline take the blame. I seal the edges of the moment tight, so nothing leaks, so nothing calls attention. Then I walk on, compose, red markings that proof of presence, not a confession. Red seal, red line, keep me in the record, not a signature, just proof I did not splinter. Seal on the surface, sealed up underneath. Shadow stays close, but it cannot speak for me. I walk it straight, I do not ask for relief. One mark, one line, and I move, no loud goodbye. If they look back, they only get the clean design. Red seal, red line, me and the dark inside. I do it where nobody sees. If I break, I break into smaller pieces. I seal the edges tight so nothing leaks. Then I step back into the dark, still me. Red seal, red line, keep me in a record, not a signature, just proof I did not splinter. Seal on the surface, sealed up underneath. Shadow stays close, but it cannot speak for me. I walk the shade, I do not ask for relief. One mark, one line, then I move, no loud goodbye. If they look back, they only get the clean design. Red seal, red line, me in the dark in time.
keep my face calm while the night feels loud. Red beanie low, like a sign in the crowd. White tee untucked, I let the edges fall. Black jacket wide, I don't chase approval. Wide pants move slow, heavy swing in the seam. Thin right strap back, one sharp line in the seam. Matte black sheep high, angled and clean. Still stays quiet, but it stays with me. A wolf shadow behind the ink torn in the smoke. One red eye burning like it's damp to stroke. No mouth to argue, just shape and intent. I keep my words sealed, I don't overspend. Kick in my chest, snare in my breath. I keep the groove steady, no extra flex. I leave one mark in crimson, small and exact. Red eye silhouette, staying on my trail. Not a curse, just wait that I learn to nail. Red line, red sign pressed into the night. I see what I feel, keep it closed and tight. Heavy and calm, no shine, no show. Let the strings cut low while the drums hit slow. Red-eyed silhouette, I don't explain. I move on quiet and the proof remains. The sky looks split, red clouds on black. I stay in frame, right side traction, mising and coat through tight, pluck and bend. Like ink on paper that will not mend. Call and response, two blades and sound. Low edge just a bite, no sparkle around. My voice stays close, thick and tight. Words land heavy, never too bright. I trade remarks for marks, that's my play. Let's talk more placement, let it stay. A seal is a sign and a lock you once, so I lock it down. No loose ends, no months. Wolf shadow follow, same pace, same lane. That red eye high, then dimmer then I draw one clean line and step away. Red eye silhouette, staying on trail. Not a curse, just wait that I learn to nail. Red light, red sign pressed into the night. I'll see what I feel, keep it closed and tight. Heavy and calm, no shine, no show. Let the strings cut low while the drums hit slow. Red eye silhouette, I don't explain. I move all quiet and the proof remains. If I shake, it stays all frame out of sight. If I break it clean and set it right. I seal the edges tight so nothing leaks through. One red mark left, that's all I got. Red eye silhouette, staying on my trail. Not a curse, just wait that I learn to nail. Red line, red sign pressed into the night. I see what I feel, keep it closed and tight. Heavy and calm, no shine, no show. Let the strings cut low while the drums hit slow. Red eye silhouette, I don't explain. I move all quiet and the proof remains. Keep my posture steady even when my mind runs late. Red beanie low on accent at the dark and mighty race. White tee untucked like I refuse to tidy what I feel. Black rob bomber sleeves heavy, making calm look real. White pants brush the air, soft weight in every step. Then red strap behind me, one clean angle I kept. Bad black sheep on my shoulder, silent, Mac controlled. Red tassel barely move, a small heat against the cold. My eyes look tired, still focused when they meet the street. I live on the right, third, left side, blinking, need a shadow fuse behind me. Torn ink and smoke and one too faint. I said higher, watching without a sound. No mouth to argue, only shape and intent. I keep my words sealed tight, never overspent. If proof is what they asked for, I give them something small, a crimson stamp in the air. Then I let the moment fall. field is distant like sound. Behind thick glass, faces turn to blur. I let them pass and pass. Breath stays low and even, so the night stays calm. Kicking my chest, snare in my hand, simple psalm. I trade remarks for marks, that is my wordplay. Less scarf, more placement, less noise in my way. A seal is a sign and a lock you once, so I keep the hurt for the noise ends. No monster shadow shifts in ink washed marble. Tribal brain, those higher eyes flare once I settle back again. I keep the edges clean, no hits climbing in, no extra layers laid in, no rest they finish. If the back half toss the floor, I take knock the freezing darkness got time, no sudden change. One red light under what I will not say. Did a step off the page and let it fade away. Sealed outline, hold my face, not a headline, just a trace. Crimson stamp on quiet skin, lock it up, do not let it spill. Heavy steps, tight pocket, no strings cut, dark drums move slow. I do not explain, I just move through. Sealed outline, clean and If I shake, it stays off frame, out of sight. If I break it clean and hold it tight. I seal the edges quiet so nothing leaks in light, and walk on grounded, heavy through the night. Sealed outline, hold my pace, not a headline, just a trace. Crimson stamp on quiet skin, lock it up, do not let it steal. Heavy steps, tight pocket flow, strings cut, dark Joe's no fool. I do not explain, I just move through. Sealed outline, a parking meter blinks like it is counting my patience. I stand under it, letting the night stay in charge. No piano in my head tonight, just strings and air. Wind cuts through alleys, clean and a little mean. I keep my steps measured like I am tracking a loop. Kicking the chest, snare in the ribs, quiet but firm. A vending glow spills pale on wet asphalt. I watch it shimmer, then look away on purpose. My phone stays dark, face down, out of reach. If it lights up, I do not want the pull. I carry my thoughts like coins in a pocket. Small weight, constant noise, never fully gone. If I stop walking, the silence turns sharp, so I move steady like a rule I chose. Backstreet meter keeps blinking, keeps time, and I match it block by block. Backstreet meter tick and glow. I keep my pace low, let the night go slow. No big calls, no sudden proof, just dark strings under steady groove. If it hits, I take it clean. If it fades, I stay routine. Backstreet meter counting me, I keep moving carefully. Coda plugs follow like a rain on metal rails. Shamisen cut short, then slips into shadow. Bowstrings sit under, dark and steady. They hold the air like a hand on my back. Bass hold long, lock tight to the kick. Kick and snare, keep time like footsteps. I do not need bright, I need weight. I do not need fast, I need control. A shadow follows, pressed to my outline. Not a beast, just pressure I learned to carry. I do not fight it, I do not feed it. I let the rhythm do the talking. Backstreet meter, another blink, another step, another block. If the dark wants proof,
the drop hit low like a gate lock and shut. Let the strings go darker, then strip back thin. I do not explain, I do not defend, I just keep the pace I am in. Backstreet meter tick and glow, I keep my pace low, let the night go slow. No big calls, no sudden proof, just dark strings under a steady groove. If it hits, I take it clean. If it fades, I stay routine. Backstreet meter counting me, I keep moving carefully. Yeah, I feed according to the machine just to hear it click. The sound feels honest like it does not pretend. Street wind hits cold straight through the jacket seam. I keep my face calm, let the inside shake. A vending light flickers, tablet still on. I stare at it like it might explain something. My pockets hold change and unfinished thoughts. Both feel heavy for how small they are. I do not text, I do not call, I do not check. I let the night keep its distance from me. Slew back in my head like a beat, kick in the chest, snare in the ribs. If I stop moving, the quiet gets sharp. So I walk slow, but I did not stop. Coin up silence, paid in small pieces. I keep going, one click at a time. Coin up silence, let it ring. A small heart sounding everything. I keep my pace, I keep my face. I do not fold, I do not chase. If the night hits, I take it clean. Low drums, dark strings, steady lean. Coin up silence, stay with me. I keep moving carefully. Cold on notes, tap low like rain on metal. Shamisen cut short, then fades to nothing. Both strings sit under, dark and steady. Bass holds on like a slow pulse. Kick and snare keep time like footsteps. I like the groove when it stays restrained. The city looks flat like a poster at midnight. I keep my voice low, keep my head right. A shadow follows, pressed to my outline. Not a threat, just a weight I know. I do not fight it, I do not feed it. I let the rhythm do the talking. Coin up silence, another click, another step, another block. If the dark wants proof, I give it calm. If the world wants noise, I give it none. Coin up silence, let it ring. A small heart sounding everything. I keep my pace, I keep my face. I do not fold, I do not chase. If the night hits, I take it clean. Low drums, dark strings, steady lean. Coin up silence, stay with me. I keep moving carefully. Let the top hit low like the koi falling through. Let the strings go darker, the strip that thin. I do not explain, I do not defend. I just keep the pace I am in. Coin up silence, let it ring. A small harp sounding everything. I keep my pace, I keep my face. I do not fold, I do not chase. If the night hits, I take it clean. Low drums, dark strings, steady lean. Coin up silence, stay with me. I keep moving carefully. Sleep, not a story I tell. Street light breaks in the puddles like glass. I step through the pieces and keep it quiet. Your name comes
comes up like smoke in my head. I wave it away, it comes back the same. I learned how to nod like I understand, even when my chest is busy collapsing. And I feel stitched to my shoulders, every thread slow pull, no release. I do not chase closure, I chase a minute where my thoughts do not fight for air. If I look too long, the past looks back, so I keep moving, eyes forward. Nothing dramatic, just stubborn steps. Ink on my sleeve and I let it stay. Ink on my sleeve, I do not wipe it clean. Let it mark me, let it mean what it means. I am not loud, I am not free. I am just here, steady in the dim. If the world wants shine, I give it shade. If the world wants proof, I walk away. Ink on my sleeve, I wear the weight and keep my pace and keep my faith. Chordal strings flick like rain on a gutter. Shamisen cuts off then disappears. I keep the melody under my breath. I keep the bass like a hand on my back. A shadow sits close, not moving much, like it is waiting for me to confess. But I do not give it the words it wants, I give it the rhythm, slow and straight. The city is loud but far from me, like a TV in another room. I hold my calm like a coin in my fist, knuckles white, palm steady. I do not need a miracle, I need a knife that does not bite. So I let the drums talk for my ribs and let the strings stay low and dark. Ink on my sleeve, I do not wipe it clean. Let it mark me, let it mean what it means. I am not loud, I am not free. I am just here, steady in the dim. If the world wants shine, I give it shade. If the world wants proof, I walk away. Ink on my sleeve, I wear the weight and keep my pace and keep my face. Let the kick fall heavy like a lock turning. Let the snare hit dry like a door closing. I do not explain, I do not plead, I just keep the same rhythm. Ink on my sleeve, I do not wipe it clean. Let it mark me, let it mean what it means. I am not loud, I am not free. I am just here, steady in the dim. If the world wants shine, I give it shade. If the world wants proof, I walk away. Ink on my sleeve, I wear the weight and keep my pace and keep my face.
The last train breathes out and the platform empties. I stand still long enough to feel my thoughts settle. My phone stays dark, face down in my pocket. I do not check, I do not hope, I just listen. Rubber soles on tile, a distant gate beeping. Everything sounds cleaner when nobody is talking. I keep my shoulders relaxed like it is nothing, but the weight stays where it always stays. Some nights feel like unfinished letters, folded twice, never sealed. I carry them anyway, quiet and careful like glass in a paper bag. Last train silence, heavy and calm. I let it fall over me like a cloth. No big words, no bright signs, just slow light and straight lines. If my heart is loud, I keep it inside. If my thoughts run, I slow the stride. Last train silence, stay with me. I keep moving carefully. Chordal plucks tap low like rain on a railing. Shamisen cut short and vanishes clean. Bowed strings sit under dark and steady. Bass holds long like a hand on my back. Kick can snare, keep time like footsteps. Nothing flashy, nothing fast. The city looks flat like a poster in dim light. I like it better that way. A shadow follows, pressed to my outline. Not a monster, just a reminder. I do not fight it, I do not feed it. I just keep my pace and let it fade. The last train is gone, but the night remains. So I walk it out, one bar at a time. Last train silence, heavy and calm. I let it fall over me like a cloth. No big words, no bright signs, just slow lighting, straight lines. If my heart is loud, I keep it inside. If my thoughts run, I slow the stride. Last train silence, stay away from me. I keep moving carefully. Let the drop turn slow, like doors closing. Let the low winds sit heavy, no shine on top. I do not explain, I do not defend. I just keep the road I chose. Last train silence, heavy and calm. I let it fall over me like a cloth. No big words, no bright signs, just slow lighting, straight lines. If my heart is loud, I keep it inside. If my thoughts run, I slow the stride. Last train silence, stay away from me. I keep moving carefully. A paper lantern sways where the wind can reach. I watch it like a promise that refuses to stay. Backstreet puddles hold the color of the night. I step around my thoughts so they do not spill. The red moon is gone, but the weight stayed. My calm face does the work, my words will not. I keep my hands busy, I keep my heart quiet, like a blade that never leaves the sheet. Some nights feel stitched with a dull thread. Pull too hard and everything comes loose. I do not chase people, I chase distance. I do not ask why, I ask how to last. The city hums low like it knows my name. I pretend I cannot hear it. I move slow, but I do not stop. I am still here, still moving. Lantern light fainting thin. I walk through it, I do not lean in. If it goes out, let it go. I keep my steps on even stone. No loud goodbyes, no sudden turns, just quiet heat and slow burns. Lantern light fade on me. I keep walking, let it be. Drop like rain on metal stairs. Shamisen cuts small shapes into the air. I keep the melody low so it does not shine. I want the dark to feel like a blanket, not a stage. A shadow follows but it never speaks. It only grows when the street gets empty. I learn to breathe in smaller spaces. I learn to smile without showing teeth. The crowd sound is far like a memory. Up close it is just my shoes and the wind. I do not need to win the night. To stop gripping my throat. So I let the bass carry what I cannot. I let the drums say what I will not. A lantern swings, then steadies again. I mash that rhythm and keep moving. Lantern light faints and thin. I walk through it, I do not lean in. If it goes out, let it go. I keep my steps on even stone. drop hit low like a door closing. Let the strings go dark like ink and water. I do not rise, I do not run, I just keep the same pace. Lantern light faint and thin, I walk through it, I do not lean in. If it goes out, let it go. I keep my steps on even stone. No loud goodbyes, no sudden turns, just quiet heat and slow burns. Lantern light fade on me, I keep walking, let it be. Keep the lights low, like I owe the night a favor. The street outside looks printed into colors. My footsteps land soft, but the silence feels heavy. I hold my thoughts like a folded store receipt, proof of something I never got to keep. The air is cold, clean, and a little bitter. I watch my breath disappear without a trace. Some feelings do the same, quick and quiet. I do not call, I do not check, I do not reach. I let the distance do what it does best. The city keeps moving like it has a plan. I move too, just slower, more careful. A shadow follows, not fast, not slow, like it is pacing my patience. If I look back, it gets closer, so I look forward and keep my calm. Quiet receipt in my pocket, still crease. Little lines of proof that nobody needs. I pay the cost, I take the loss, then walk it off and walk it off. Big scene, no open plea, just a low beat carrying me. Quiet receipt, let it stray, I keep moving anyway. Follow like a rain on a tin roof. Shot me since days thin, then phase into the dark. Borrowed strings sit under like a distant train. I keep the melody short so it does not shine. The bass holds long like a hand on my chest. Kick and snare tell time like a slow clock. I do not want bright, I want weight. I do not want pretty, I want true. People talk in circles, I stop listening. I keep my peace in small decisions. I choose the quiet, I choose the shadow, I choose the road that does not ask questions. Some nights I feel hollow, then solid again, like the drum hits stitching me back together. I am not healed, I am just steady, and that is enough for now. Quiet receipt in my pocket, still crease. Little lines of proof that nobody needs. I pay the cost, I take the loss, then walk it off and walk it off. Big scene, no open plea, just a low beat carrying me. Quiet receipt, let it stay, I keep moving anyway. Let the drop turn slow like a lock clicking shut. Let the low end sit heavy, no shine on top. I do not explain, I do not defend, I just keep the pace I chose. Quiet receipt in my pocket still crease, little lines of proof that nobody needs to pay the cost. To take the loss, then walk it off, then walk it off. Big scene, no open plea, just a low beat carrying me. Quiet receipt, let it stay. I keep moving anyway. Under the red moon, my footsteps learn restraint. Blue-green sky sits heavy like a lid on the city. I keep my face calm while my nerves stay awake. A thin cold light makes everything look sharper. I do not rush, I do not run, I do not plead. I move like I'm trying not to spill myself. The quiet is thick, the air tastes metallic. I hear my own thoughts scrape the inside of my head. Every corner feels like a question with no answer. Every glance feels like a blade that never lands. I hold my voice back, not out of grace, out of habit, out of practice, out of need. If I stop, the way will speak for me. So I keep going steady and small. Red above, dark behind, the same old pull. Under the red moon, I stay in control. Under the red moon, I choose my crown. I do not bend just to be easier to hold. I keep my heart quiet, not hidden. I keep my pace even, not hurried. If the night wants proof, I give it silence. If the world wants noise, I give it none. Say my name in your head and let it end there. Under the red moon, I do not break. Windows glow warm, but I keep my hands to myself. Not everything bright is meant for me. I pass through streets like a note left unread. No stamp, no sender, no return. The shadow stays close, pressed into my outline like smoke trapped under glass. I do not look back, I do not negotiate. I just keep my spine where it belongs. My thoughts try to sprint, I make them walk. I count breeze, not regrets. I do not need a crowd to witness me. I need the night to loosen its grip. So I let the city blur at the edges and keep one thing sharp, my next step. Red moon hanging silent and strict. Under it I learn how to live. Red moon I choose my ground. I do not bend just to be easier to hold. I keep my heart quiet, not hidden. I keep my pace even, not hurried. If the night wants proof, I give it silence. If the world wants noise, I give it none. And say my name in your head and let it end there. Under the red moon, I do not break. Let the bass drop hard, I keep my face still. Let the drums hit heavy, I do not flinch. I carry my storm under calm skin. Red moon above, I move through it. Under the red moon, I choose my ground. I do not bend just to be easier to hold. I keep my heart quiet, not hidden. I keep my pace even, not hurried. If the night wants proof, I give it silence. If the world wants noise, I give it none. And say my name in your head and let it end there. Under the red moon, I do not break. I keep a stamp I never used, tucked in a hardback book. Proof I meant to send something, proof I never did. The night outside is quiet, like it is holding its breath. I walk slow so my thoughts do not outrun me. Street corners feel familiar in a way I cannot name. I let the city blur, I keep one line sharp. My calm face stays on even when it slips inside. I do not ask for comfort, I ask for distance. Some regrets come back like mail to a wrong address. Same message, same way, different day. I carry like a small metal key. Not sure what it opens, still I keep it. Unsent stamp stuck to my chest. I pressed it down and left the rest. No loud goodbye, no final scene, just quiet steps through dim routine. If it comes back, let it come. I will not run, I will not numb. Unsent stamp still in my hand. I keep moving as I am. Koto plugs stay low like rain on shutters. Shamisen cuts short then falls back in the dark. Bowed strings sit under slow and steady. Bass holds long like it is holding me up. Kick and snare keep time like a tired clock. I do not need bright, I need weight. I do not need fast, I need control. A shadow follows close but silent. I do not fight it, I just keep my pace. If the night wants proof, I give it silence. If the world wants noise, I give it none. I keep my words for later, even if later never comes. Unsent stamp stuck to my chest. I pressed it down and left the rest. No loud goodbye, no final scene, just quiet steps through dim routine. If it comes back, let it come. I will not run, I will not numb. Unsent stamp still in my hand. I keep moving as I am. Let the drop hit low like a drawer shut in. Let the low end sit heavy, no shine on top. I do not explain, I do not defend. I just keep the road I chose. Unsent stamp